for EJDconstruction.com.
OnsideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Toast.
A couple of esports companies made some noise on Wall Street yesterday. Esports Entertainment Group announced a new cryptocurrency-related platform, and a custom-built crypto mining application will be the first app launched. The platform will allow owners to utilize idle computer power to passively mine for Ethereum with the click of a button. The company's software algorithm will automatically evaluate the hardware of the gaming PC and mine when it's not in use for gaming. Stock symbol for them, GMBL. And congrats to Esports Technologies, Inc., as their shares blasted out of the gate yesterday and kept rising in volatile trading, as the Las Vegas-based online gambling company stock opened at more than triple the initial public offering price. Stock symbol for them, EBET. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The Onside Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right.
Crypto Bro. Crypto Bro. Crypto Bro. Crypto Bro.
Hey, listen, I got to run a radio station here, all right, Tito?
Crypto Bro.
And by the way, Crypto.com.
Crypto Bro.
The website's down a little bit here.
Crypto Bro.
I wanted to buy a little more VeChain. I couldn't. Buy it on the dip.
Crypto Bro.
Buy it on the dip.
Crypto Bro.
Buy it on the dip.
Crypto Bro.
That's what it's all about. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. We start our days in the mornings, and we end them late at night. But we are here this afternoon. Welcome aboard to the show. We are jacked. I mean, seriously, man. I just can't wait. This is an awesome weekend. It's just, we got Inter Miami back in action. The Panthers have an enormous game tomorrow against Tampa Bay after losing last night 3-2. And then obviously we got the Heat in action tonight against the T-Wolves, which is crap. And then on Sunday, obviously the game against the Nets. And, you know, hey, listen, I always pose a roundtable question to everybody on the station, and we podcast it every single day. I might as well start out with that roundtable question because it's kind of what I'm talking about right now. And the roundtable question is, how frustrated are you that the Heat Nets and the season opener for Inter Miami and the LA Galaxy are basically going on at the same time on Sunday? Does it bother you that the same company, ABC and ESPN, is controlling both broadcasts, putting South Florida fans in a tough situation? And first of all, I got to give my man Kai a lot of credit, okay? Because he was afraid to be honest. And I don't mind being honest on this station because that's kind of how I've been my entire life doing radio. And Kai was 1,000% right. We don't have a town yet that's in love with the MLS. We don't have a country yet that's in love with the MLS. They're in love with football. They're in love with college football. They're in love with the NBA. They're not in love with baseball, and they're not in love with hockey, and they're not in love with soccer yet. The only time they're in love with soccer, I would say it's women's soccer, and it's the national team. They couldn't care. The entire country couldn't care less about women's professional soccer. And so, those are the things, those are the hurdles and the mountains that they've got to overcome. Are they in the process? Of course they are. They're winning a lot of people over. The MLS averages more per game than the NBA and the NHL. I always tell the story. I go to the SEC Media Days a couple years ago, and the United are playing, obviously, and, they packed that stadium, 60, 70,000. So I go and I look at their attendance halfway through the season, halfway through the MLS season, okay? There are 17 home games, okay? Listen to me. So half of those home games have outdrawn the entire season of the Hawks. Repeat that again. Half the home games of the United at that moment had outdrawn the entire Atlanta Hawks 41-game schedule. So there's no doubt that it's made inroads. And by the way, Tito, I'm sure you and everybody else predicted that Atlanta would become a soccer hotbed. Right? That's like watching Dogecoin go to like 60 cents now. It's just crazy.
Yeah, people care there, man.
They do. And so, but Kai was right. In this town, they're not there yet. Now, listen, I've watched it personally. Back in the early 2000s, when Ray Hudson was the coach, and Doug Hamilton, rest in peace, Doug, you are a phenomenal human being. And obviously, he was a terrific personnel man, helped kind of, reconstitute, rebuild, restructure the Miami Fusion, and the team was off and running, man. It was so much fun. They made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. I know, we're in the East. And so it was, I think that was the last year of them bouncing around to different divisions, because it was one of those things the MLS had to give the fan base a taste of all the different parts of the country and different, whatever. And so we went from, because I was working for them, from 4,000 in attendance when Ray took over to 7 to then 11. So they were headed for 13, 14 the following year, and it really would have built momentum up. That's what this team has to do now. And then last year they were in a pandemic, so they couldn't have fans in the stadium. The team was kind of discombobulated because they didn't put the team together in the offseason. They put it together throughout the season, and their star players came midway through the year. It was just a disaster. It just was, okay? I told Chris Henderson that yesterday, the general manager. I said, if you would have been here, Chris, it would have been impossible for you, because you're building a team without a coach. And then the coach gets there and tells you, I like this guy, don't like that guy, trade this guy. No, don't trade. And he's looking at me going, yeah. It was tough. And so this year you got continuity. You got an opportunity to build chemistry before even the season starts. So an opportunity you did not have last year. And so now the next step is for the franchise to start winning and creating that culture, because that's what Ray Hudson did. Ray Hudson started winning with the Fusion, and then the buzz was created. And I'm telling you because I lived it 20 years ago watching it, okay? And the buzz was created, and all of a sudden we had thousands of people flocking to crappy-ass Lockhart Stadium, which is, it was a complete crap hole, But yet they were coming. And now we've got a beautiful state-of-the-art MLS facility here, okay? And we got an opportunity now. We had a great team. We got a phenomenal owners. I mean, give me a break. Jorge Mas, nobody wants to win more than that guy, okay? I mean, none of us. We don't even come close to the passion that man has for our community and winning, okay? And he's not going to buy a team to half-ass it. We've had those owners that, yeah, let's just do enough so we're making money and this, that. No, that's not. This man wants to win. David Beckham is here every day. I was watching him yesterday. He's on the pitch and he's watching the guys practice. I'm seeing him take notes, and you could tell that he's kind of and I was that he's like Marino pulling Tua aside. Hey, listen, I saw this, that. Same thing. Beckham's probably telling the guys this, that. Hey, I love what you did. Hey, why don't you do this instead? And obviously having that kind of a presence around is awesome. So Kai was right. That's the battle that they have. And so the question is, am I pissed that they're both playing at the same time? I am, and I'm not. Why? Because I'll have an iPad on the game, and that's fine, and I'll watch it half-ass. But I also know that it's the NBA season, and it really doesn't mean that much. It just doesn't, really, to be honest with you. And there's so many games that it's just not going to affect anything that they do. And in a way, I kind of know what the Heat are. They're a middling team. Winning or losing the game against the Nets is not going to change my overall picture of who the Heat are. But I don't know who Inter is. And that's the one that I'm intrigued about. And that's the one that I want to see because they're playing one of the elite teams in the league in the LA Galaxy. They are playing a team that obviously, has some cachet. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see a matchup like that, East Coast, West Coast, and find out where Higuain is and Matuidi, and some of the new additions and how they help out. Who's going to be between the pipes? Will it be McCarthy? How well will he do? Lewis Morgan in his second year here had a phenomenal year last year. Dying to see it. Robbie Robinson. There's a lot of things that I want to see that I'm intrigued about. And a win against the Galaxy starts to immediately create the kind of momentum that this team desperately needs. And the confidence that the players need. The confidence that Phil Neville needs. So to me, I love the storylines that I'm going to see on Sunday. And the game starts at 3:23, okay? Our coverage will start off at 2. They say game time's at 3, but it's really not 3. They're going to drag ass a little bit. It's a nationally televised game, so they're going to really air it around 3:23. So we'll have an extended pregame show, and then we'll toss it over to Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongen, and Fernando Fiore for the call here on your flagship station for Inter Miami Football, OnsideRadio.com. But for me personally, I'm more intrigued and more excited about Inter because of the unknown. I kind of feel like I already know what the Heat are and what they're going to be, and it's nothing special. So what happens on Sunday isn't really going to change my point of view. Now, I will say this. I understand that the Mouse has to do what's best for them. And what's best for them, that's prime time. That 3 o'clock time is like a prime time moment for sports. It's a good time to put in some good sporting events. So Heat Nets, 3 o'clock, right? And then we've got the soccer game. No, 3:30, I'm sorry, is the Heat game. And then we've got, obviously, the Inter game starting 7 minutes earlier at 3:23. And I just, that part to me is, now they don't care clearly about South Florida. They didn't take into account that the fan base might be torn, or they also are looking at the reality, like Kai did, that, hey, listen, man, the MLS is not there yet, where there's this kind of a demand that people will be up in arms that both are on at the same time. It's only an issue for those of us that love basketball and love football or soccer, and that's really, and we're the minority right now in town. We're the minority, the ones that like the NBA and the MLS, and it's probably a lot of young people. It's people like Kai. It's people like Tito Benash. They're the ones that are more conflicted than anybody else. I would say the people that are 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, they're not nearly as conflicted because they're probably more hardcore NBA fans than anything else. Locally, I'm saying. So that's where, we got to be honest. We got to call it like we see it. It may not be a frustration for the majority. I think it's going to be a frustration for the minority. People like Tito, people like myself, people like Kai Chen Chisholm, people like Toast, You know, we are fans of, that's the one thing I like about our station, too. Most of us are fans of every sport, pretty much. We don't crap on baseball. We don't crap on hockey. We don't crap on soccer. Certainly not soccer, because all the guys here like soccer. But I don't hear any of the guys hate on hockey. I don't hear any of the guys hate on baseball. Obviously, football and basketball we know dominates. Hey, did you notice that? I just noticed that, Tito, that all of our hosts actually are willing to talk about all the sports, actually.
That is true.
I did not realize that now. I don't think I've ever been on a station like that. Usually you had some hosts, and usually they were older hosts that were limited to a couple of sports, and that's kind of where they stayed in their lane. You know what I mean? So I just feel that the conflicts are going to be for the minority. And it all depends for some of you out there. But I listen, I know I work with the team. I work for the team. So we're running the broadcast, so I'm a part of it. So it's obvious that I'm going to be focused on the game. But I'll be watching just like last year. Dono and I did not miss a damn thing. I have several iPads. So there were many times that Dono and I were calling the games, and we had the Marlins on one iPad. We had the Heat on another iPad. I mean, we had it going on with all kinds of stuff going. And then when football season rolls around, we would have the football games on if they were at the same time at any point. So we never really were missing anything. We were watching it all. But obviously we're dedicated to our team here and this stadium at Drive Pink Stadium. But that's your choice now. You record one, watch the other. How do you do it? You know what I mean? Going to be a challenge. That's our round table question. All right, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, ladies and gentlemen. And the text line is 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123 if you want to get in on the program. Of course, we got the YouTube website going. So if you guys want to catch us on YouTube and the chat board, you can do that. I see Ian from Brooklyn was first in. John Rouse is in the house. Dennis Akers says, Big O and my Finns fam. Happy Friday. Troy Ortiz is in. Do the Marlins need to find a closer? No, that kid pitched the day after day. Tony says, crypto, bro. Dogecoin blowing up. Dolphins on the clock in less than 2 weeks.
Crypto, bro.
That's right. I didn't see the Dogecoin thing going like this. Never saw it. I sold it when it went to 7 cents because I had it at 5 cents, and I had maybe 1,000 shares or something at 5 cents. Nothing. I didn't have crap. I didn't make much money. I made a little money or whatever, and I got out of it. And I said, I don't know what this thing, because they're going to keep printing coins. There's no stop. There's no limit to it. And so I don't know how it stays this way. I think there's going to be, I'm telling you, if you have Doge, sell already. Sell already, because when it falls, it's going to fall hard. Seriously. It's going to fall hard. And then when it consolidates, then you can reinvest again and wait for another bounce. But if I'm you and you're holding on to it, I'm just saying, take your money right now, just in case. Good afternoon, Owen Onside Radio from Rosendo. 13 days until the draft. Agree, Big O, but many Americans will probably watch the World Cup, and that's about it. Right, exactly. We get all jingoistic. Matt Walker's in. Brooklyn Rob is in. To Extreme. Brent Spence. Lisa says, what's up, Onside family? Happy Friday. 2 weeks away from today, we'll know who some of our new draft class is. That's right. And, of course, you got to watch it on YouTube if you can't be there, but I'd prefer you be there at Sports Grill in Bird Road and 114th. We're going to have a great night there. Herman Cuevas in the house, Gus 1388. Enrique Paradoa. I'd rather watch hockey 10 times more than baseball, and I love baseball once upon a time. Happens. Enrique says, it's in fact, the Panthers are fun to watch. They are. This group is fun to watch. And George Albanese also in the house. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Don't forget that Pallet Rack City is a proud sponsor of our program, and they are great people there in Hialeah, Pallet Rack City. Give them a ring, folks. 305-887-9212. It is your one-stop shop for all your warehouse needs. They buy and sell new and used pallet racking, and they've got the largest used racking inventory in South Florida. Pallet Rack City.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits
with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Miami Dolphins fans, join the only real sports station in South Florida dedicated to what you want. The best NFL draft coverage on the planet. Join OnsideRadio.com for their NFL draft party and sports grill in Miami at 11481 Southwest 40th Street on Bird Road. This two-night event, April 29th and 30th, is hosted by Big O and Alex Dano, giving Dolphins fans what they crave. Real draft coverage. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnsideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnsideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
We are just 2 days away from Inter Miami's 2021 home opener, first game of the 2021 MLS season against LA Galaxy at Drive Pink Stadium. Inter Miami just loaned out Patrick Seagrass to USL Championship side Indy 11 on a season-long loan in which Inter Miami retained the right to recall him at any time. It seems like the left back position will be locked down by Jovan Jones and Kieran Gibbs, so Patrick Seagrass getting this time out in USL Championship may be a good thing.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio.
All righty. Oh, welcome back. Big O with you. We take you, of course, till 3. Greg Sylvander will join us in the next segment, so we'll talk a little Heat with him. Heat are back in action tonight. Easy game. Should be, at least, against the T-Wolves. They better not lose this one. Anyway, Sunday, 3:30, ESPN, Nets, and Heat. So they get a little national television audience. We'll see if the boys can respond. I don't know. I mean, where are you all for this weekend? Because for me personally, hey, how about this, dude? Marlins are playing really well. I mean, I get it. Little frustrations yesterday at the end of that game, but they took 3 or 4 from the Braves. You know, like somebody would say, well, do they have to go get a reliever? Dude, they took 3 or 4 from the Braves. Okay, they took 3 or 4 from the Braves. The offense is actually scoring runs. They couldn't score anything the first couple games. Now, it wasn't that one game that they blew up and then all of a sudden went back into a shell. No, they're producing runs in every game now. And the Braves don't have crappy pitching. Okay, not only are they not crappy as a team, they're a damn good team. They got a pretty good, damn good pitching staff. So, big props to the Marlins, man. They are fun to watch. And it's a good time. The Panthers are in the middle of a divisional race against Carolina and Tampa Bay, which is great stuff. I mean, it really is a good time right now in South Florida right now. We got something coming across the wire there, Tito Benash?
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but interesting. 3-time NBA champion Dwayne Wade has purchased an ownership stake in the Utah Jazz, joining majority owner and governor Ryan Qualtrics.
Oh.
He plans to take an active role in the franchise and the region.
Wow. Ryan
Smith is the founder of Qualtrics, and he's also part owner of the Utah Jazz.
That is a quick flight to L.A. for his girl, so she can go back and forth. Utah's a really cool place to live, actually, if you're family and settling down and those kind of things. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. I mean, listen, Dwayne Wade doing this, don't hold it against him, because really, in the end, could he have some interest in the Miami Heat? Sure. Is he going to have any control? No. No, because they don't need any help in that area. And they don't need that help from anybody. They'll hire their own and teach them, and then they can move on and go to other places if they want, or grow within, but you're not running the show, because the Godfather runs the show.
This is a recruiting move.
Yes, this is a move.
This is sending Donovan Mitchell to the Heat. That's what this is.
This is a PR move for Utah. Okay, because the owner obviously that owned that team obviously had some, derogatory comments with the women's team and all that other stuff. And so maybe this is a PR move where you can show that you are, you're inclusive, and that now you are going to share your ownership group with a minority in a sport that is dominated by minorities. And at the same time, you are adding a quality individual in Dwayne Wade, but that doesn't mean he's going to be a great personnel guy. You might be good, or you might be Michael Jordan. You might be James Jones, or you might be Michael Jordan. How about that?
James Jones, man.
The role player, maybe the best thing he ever did, obviously, was shooting threes, but he was never a star player. He was never really a frontline player or anything like that. He was a role player. Now, I know James, know him pretty damn well, and super smart. And Dwayne Wade, smart guy, all that good stuff. Michael Jordan, smart guy, all that. But Michael Jordan is one of the worst NBA executives in the history of the NBA. Seriously. I'm not joking. He is. While he is the GOAT as a player, he is absolutely a goof as an owner. Okay? So you could go either way. Just because you're a great player doesn't mean you'll be good. And more, it's funny
kind of
how,
lucked into LaMelo too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny that usually your best coaches and your best front office people are the people that either didn't play the game or played the game at a very low level that didn't get to the ultimate level, but yet they're your best people to put together or lead your sports teams. It's crazy. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. Greg Sylvander is going to join us, of course, from 5 on the floor right here on OnsideRadio.com.
Now streaming online. Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com. Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
So Deshaun Watson has sat down with new Texans head coach David Culley. Did he have his teeth in for the interview, David? He's a little older.
Hold on, let me get my dentures in here, Deshaun. Deshaun, hey, just give me this pineapple here. It's getting stuck in my dentures.
Was he watching Murder, She Wrote during the meeting?
Deshaun, it's getting a little late here. It's 7 o'clock. I got to go to bed soon, all right?
Deshaun, it's 4:30. I've got to go to the early bird special.
Deshaun, give me a second. I'm just taking my Metamucil here. If you just give me a second.
I've taken Metamucil before, actually. It works. I'm not even that old.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano, weekdays live on South Florida's home for sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com. Onside Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the MyTuner Radio app and listen to your favorite OnsideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search Onside Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Marlins take 3 out of 4 against the Atlanta Braves after a 7-6 loss yesterday. The revamped bullpen needs revamping. The Fish welcome the San Francisco Giants to Lone Depot Park for a weekend series. Daniel Castano is on the mound. Florida Panthers lose in overtime to the Lightning 3-2. They remain in Tampa for a game on Saturday. Puck drop is slated at 7 p.m. And the Miami Heat look to get back on the winning track tonight. They take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip-off is slated for 8 p.m. And Onside fans, don't forget, Inter Miami gets their season started this Sunday. They host the LA Galaxy at Drive Pig Stadium. Chris Whittingham and Thomas Rongerson have the call at 3. Big O and Alex Dano will get you started at 2 with the Onside Radio pregame show. Your Onside Sports Update. I'm Tito Bonacci. Coming up next, it's more of the Onside Zone with the Big O right here, OnsideRadio.com.
All right. Well, welcome back. Let's talk a little basketball. Greg Sylvander does an excellent job for 5 Reasons Sports and 5 on the Floor. You can follow him on Twitter like I and many, many others do, of course, at Greg Sylvander. And obviously this is an enormous weekend for the Heat because they get a little national audience on Sunday. They don't get a lot of those. And this week they're going to get to play on Sunday against the Nets at 3:30. It's on ESPN, so a lot of eyes will be on it. Now, there's a lot of issues right now with the Heat. We're talking about a team that's barely over 500. Tonight, they've got a game before they take on the Nets on Sunday. They've got a game against the Wolves. So let's get to Greg Sylvander now, and let's go over what's going on with the Heat. Greg, how are you doing, my brother? How you feeling?
Good afternoon, sir. How are you? I'm good.
I like to hear that, man. So where are you right now with the Heat, Greg? Because for me personally, dude, last year I saw 3 teams. I saw the Kendrick Nunn months, the first 2 months where he was electrifying and really made a change. And then all of a sudden we saw that team that just waffled around 500 for a couple months. And then obviously the pandemic and then the bubble, and it was a completely different team. The team I'm watching all year long this year is that same team between the Kendrick months and the bubble. Agree or disagree?
It is it's similar in that you have a team that has hot and cold, and it's like when it's cold, it's really freaking cold, and when it's hot, it's hot. I mean, like we've seen these stretches where they go on losing streaks, and then they'll win, 8 out of 9, or they'll win 6 out of 7, and that kind of like bipolar up and down team is, unfortunately, it's been more down than up this year than I think last year. Although I think right before, the league shut down last year when Charlotte came into Miami and beat them, had you polled Heat Nation at that moment, I think everyone would have said something similar to how they're feeling maybe this morning, and you saw how quickly that can transform. So There's just a part of me that it's a cautionary tale to write off a Jimmy Butler-led team, an Eric Spoelstra coach team, and so for that fact, I am still holding out hope that as long as they don't get into the play-in tournament situation, that they have a good shot to at least be a formidable opponent in the playoffs. Getting to the finals, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I think it's foolish right now to talk about finals. I think it's foolish to even talk about Eastern Conference finals. This team, the way they're playing, remember, once we saw them in the bubble, they were a different team, and so now you can actually set higher standards for them. But right now, as we're watching, if you're talking about those kind of goals, you got to be watching a completely different team than the team you're watching now. So that's why that conversation to me is fool's gold at this point in time. So how does it not become fool's gold, Greg? What do they need to do in your eyes to kind of recapture, or can they even recapture? Maybe there's already too much on film and they're not allowing them to recapture what they were able to do last year. How can they do it, or can they?
You know what? I think you bring up a really good point about it's kind of a situation where it's baby steps, and you're right. Like any Heat fan talking Eastern Conference Finals or finals right now, it's completely premature and it's putting the cart before the horse. This is about stringing together victories where you're looking for little things. You're looking for the offense to improve, number one. You're looking for the shooters to continue to shoot better, which we have seen incremental growth in the percentages of all the three-point shooters, really. There may be a couple exceptions, but Duncan Robinson is making up for any exceptions recently. But to your point, it hasn't translated to consistent winning. So I feel like that's the thing in this last stretch. If you look at the rest of the regular season, they've got a Sunday matinee against Brooklyn. They've got Philly and Milwaukee. Other than that, every other game on the schedule you can really say is winnable from the perspective of if Jimmy and Bam are healthy, you expect those guys to kind of take the reins here. So they have the chance and they control their own destiny to get at least into the 4 or 5 seed. And I think at that point, like if we're talking about what is realistic, that's what Heat fans should be aiming for right at this moment.
Greg Sylvander from 5 on the Floor joining us. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Greg Sylvander and catch his work there at 5 Reasons Sports. All right, Greg, so what's the deal right now with Oladipo? What are you hearing? Because obviously we know that the Heat is the best at keeping everything under wraps, but is he dealing with a mind game here? Is he dealing with a serious injury? What do you hear about this right now?
So historically, the Miami Heat have been the most elusive franchise as it relates to injury reports ever, and it drives the fan base and, quite frankly, media members crazy. And this is probably the scenario where, in good conscience, I can say when the team says they are not 100% sure when he'll play again, they aren't lying. And I think that it's important to point out that fact. But here's the positive part. From everything that I've been able to gather, all indications are he did not suffer any new injury. This is not something that's going to put him out for the balance of the season. But he is seeking, additional opinions with the team's consent. So that means that there is obviously some investigative work that's happening. He's feeling pain and discomfort. And so it's kind of touch and go, and it's just how he feels. And obviously he has a contract to think about as well. So there's just lots of implications. But as much as initially I thought that they may not see him again for quite some time, I think that Oladipo actually has a chance of taking the floor again before the regular season ends.
You mean you still don't know what Gerald Green was on that night? Is that what you're saying? That somehow nobody's ever been able to find out what happened to Gerald Green that night?
No,
in that hotel?
That we found out. Twitter is good with that investigative reporting. Medical records, that's a little harder to get a hold of.
So, that was a story that was that was a doozy right there, my brother. You look at the Nets game. Okay, I mean, tonight you better win. You lose this game tonight, it's like it's almost like Sunday means nothing at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you're going to lose Minnesota, and what are you going to do, beat now the Nets? And then that doesn't make any sense, So you got to win tonight. But let's. So
that's what's going to happen then.
Oh, God. That's just so frustrating. So what are you expecting on Sunday? The challenge that is for Miami. I mean, there is no Harden on the court, at least.
Yeah, no, but I really hope Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are both there, as well as any other players. I really want the Heat to. There's a couple things. One, I want to see them stack up against Durant and Irving, and I would wish Harden was there as well, because I think it'll be a good measuring stick for the team. But also, I'm interested to see the way Jimmy and Bam particularly approach that matchup, knowing that they're kind of now the elite team in the Eastern Conference. And there's another part of this is that, does the team start to look at positioning and seeding? And if you slot into the 6th seed and Brooklyn ends up the 1 seed, you may avoid them until the later rounds, and do you even care about that? So it's kind of to see what kind of juggernaut in the matchup. So I think it'll be a tell in terms of how those two teams will match up. Obviously, James Harden is another factor, but Durant and Irving is nothing to shake a stick at.
Goran Dragic, brother. It looks like Metamucil should be maybe his sponsor on his jersey or something. What is it? I mean, did they just get lucky with the pandemic last year that he got a bunch of months to rest and recharge, and then was able to, play lights out in that series again until another injury? I got to tell you something, Greg. I think everything changed, and I'm going to give you this crazy ass Oliver Stone type of thing now. Okay, this is where I'm coming from. This is left field. A couple of years back, when he went to play in Europe, and then he got worn out that season and broken down. To me, that was the beginning of the end, where it really started to pile up, the wear and tear on him. And since then, he has not been a player that could stay healthy for any stretch. It's a short stretch, and then you got to deal with more injuries. Since he went to that European Championship thing, and I know they had success and all that good stuff, and you got to play for your country, and let's get all jingoistic and all that BS. But since that moment, he has not been the same player physically since.
You know what? I had never even connected dots back to that, but that was probably the height of his career from a production perspective, at least in Miami. And I think if you actually, like on Truth Serum, Goran wouldn't trade that moment for health now, regardless of what Heat fans may want, because of just the pride that came with winning that tournament and being so instrumental in it. But you're right. He has been steadily declining. I think anyone would be naive not to attribute having those months off last year to being able to come back to the bubble fresh and explosive. But he was also, sharp, and he was hitting shots, and he was doing it all while he was, his knee was still hurting and things like that. And he walked off the court with a limp a lot of games, and then all of a sudden he'd turn it on. I'll say this. As much as it hurts me to watch Goran Dragic play the way he's played recently, and I don't know if he'll regain form by the end of the season, I will say this much, and this may be like you have a crazy theory, here's mine. It makes decision-making this offseason a little bit easier if Goran Dragic is not doing what he did last bubble run. If he were to do that again, you'd feel inclined to maybe lock him up to a multi-year deal on big money because he would have had another Goran postseason, and maybe he'll still do that. But I don't really want to go down that road. So to me, there's almost an element of this long-term that may be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, so you're with me on the conspiracy theory now, huh? I got you on board, huh? Now, how about
it. I'm not a tinfoil hat guy.
Neither am I.
I'll play along here.
Neither am I. But listen, I've run into this story before. When Tony Sperano played Jake Long in the fourth quarter of the first preseason game in a rainy field on that baseball diamond, and he blew out his knee, from that moment on, Jake Long was never a healthy player again. And that was the beginning of the end of his – and that guy never had an injury up until because Tony Sperano and the late Tony Sperano, and I hate to, take a shot at the guy, but he had no business playing your offensive line, and especially Jake Long in the first preseason game in the fourth quarter of a rainy game. That was just absolutely ridiculous, and that set him up for failure when it's all said and done. Now, let me give you a crazy scenario that is developing, my friend, okay? The Heat say, Oladipo, you're a sack of injuries. Goran, we love you, but you're now a sack of injuries. The first guy to take the exemption stays. The next guy has to go or take even a smaller deal after that. That's what I think ends up happening. If they want to take a chance on either guy, you give them the mid-level exemption. Outside of that, I doubt you even waste your time with those guys on long-term deals or big contracts next year because of the injury history.
Yeah, no, I think you're leaning into something that's super interesting. It's going to be fascinating to watch. I think Oladipo was going to, find trouble finding much of a market unless he gets back on the court and has a successful end of the year. So, how about I'll do you one better. They're going to have the mid-level exception for about 10 to 11 million, the biannual exception at about 3.5 million, and they can also create a ton of cap space by renouncing rights to guys like Goran Dragic, who are on the books for 20 million as a cap hold. They have the flexibility to maybe give Goran that biannual, give Oladipo the mid-level exception, and then use the cap space on maybe, let's say, a Kyle Lowry type player. But that would require a great deal of sacrifices. But when you have players that don't have a ton of leverage due to injury, maybe Andy and Pat can work magic. So, I just think no matter what these guys do for the rest of the year, just don't discount the fact that I think Kyle Lowry has his eyes on Miami, and that's something to continue to watch for this summer.
Yeah, Miami will be competing against themselves for their services, or if they want to take a deal with a really shitty team, then go ahead, dude. You want to go play in Orlando, Correct. Go ahead and just, go ahead, bro.
There's a reason Kelly Olynyk looks like a star right now, but Houston is not winning any games.
Oh, dude, you know what it is? It's like the Knicks effect with this kid, Randall, And then no, this guy's better than this guy's better than Bosch. Oh, give me a break, dude. He's playing on a terrible team. Somebody's got to score. That always happens on bad teams. Guys get elevated because there's nobody else to score and nobody else to do it. So all of a sudden you look at them in a different light. No, man, look at it what it is. It's a terrible team. Somebody's got to score. Yeah, Julius is playing well, but he's still no Chris Bosch. Get the hell out of here. Who was the clown that said that one a month ago, 2 months ago? Somebody said that.
I can't remember, but if I
Brandon
could,
Tierney.
I may
Brandon Tierney.
voluntarily
That's
not give him any credit.
Yeah. It was no. It was Brandon Tierney. Tito got it. So. Yes.
You're right. Good call.
Yeah, that was a dumb statement. It's like, dude, come on. If you watch the game long enough, you'll know bad teams produce that kind of stuff.
You can tell he's a box score watcher.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Hey, Greg, great stuff, my brother. What are you working on over there at 5 on the Floor so folks can check you out?
Yeah, right now we're in the midst of, podcasts after every game and throughout the week. So, you can find us anywhere podcasts are offered, 5 on the Floor. Check out 5reasonsports.com. We have, write-ups after every single game. And we also have our pre- and post-game shows on YouTube. So there's lots of content. Ethan Skolnick is pushing us to continue to push it out. So, there's plenty to find. Just find 5 Reason Sports.
Next time you see Ethan, just punch him in the face. That's all. It'll be all right. Don't worry.
You're like the 5th person who's told me to do that, so I think it's time to follow up.
I'm telling you, go for it. All right, Greg, you be good, my brother. Great stuff. I appreciate you.
Take care.
You got it. Greg Sylvander, that's how you follow him on Twitter. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. Hey, listen, when I look out, I'm seeing Sean now, but we're also seeing a beautiful shade. A shade above Window Fashions in Davie. You didn't have to move, dude. 954-434-4774. I mean, they created this shade that is just absolutely gorgeous. We got to do a little video of it. A Shade Above teamed up with Bandalux to personalize and create the Onside radio shade in beautiful pink and black, folks. If you want to order protection with style for your home or office like we did, A Shade Above Window Fashions. 954-434-4774. Go to the website, ashadeaboveflorida.com. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashions.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to 2 of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnsideRadio.com.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit moretoadhd.com for additional information. That's moretoadhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
The things that men will do to their junk blows me away.
It's
like
idiotic.
People will, Prince Albert's just...
I don't know it.
A Prince Albert? You don't know what a Prince Albert is? Prince Albert is when you have them pierce your manhood through like the, like a giant, just, steel rod. On that note.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
At Baptist Health, we are ready.
To serve. To treat.
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits.
With skilled surgeons.
Advanced medicine.
And multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals.
And new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way.
With exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Yes, sir, it is. Oh, welcome aboard. Time to have some fun, and we thank Greg Sylvander, man. Great interview by him. We appreciate it, and I'm telling you, I think there's a little something to that. That now with those guys, listen, I already have told you guys I would not even come close to signing Oladipo. I didn't even need this injury. I said it before when we had the roundtable a couple weeks ago, and I posed that question. I wanted nothing to do with Oladipo. And what did I say then? I said mid-level exemption. That's the most that I would do with him. That's it. And that's with him coming back and proving that he can stay on the court right now. If he doesn't come back, then, maybe you split the mid-level exemption. I'm telling you, he's not going to have options. If he wants to go play for a crappy-ass team, then he can go play for a crappy-ass team. That's all. If that's all he wants is money, then go play for a crappy-ass team. But if you're the Heat, you have to be extremely responsible about this one. You cannot overextend yourself and commit to that guy. Damn it, V-Chain's already up to 1966, the year I was born. That's why I went buy the dip, and there was a dip today. Hope you guys took advantage of it. It's already going to 20 cents. Damn, V-Chain. Thank you, V-Chain. It's a beautiful thing, V-Chain, what you're doing. We love you for it. Thank you. Holy crap, the 20 cents. It's at 19.9. That is awesome. Anyway. V-Chain's definitely much more valuable than Oladipo right now. And wouldn't it be funny that that's the way it goes? That those two guys are going to have to settle for exemptions. If you're the Heat, there's no way you pick up the option for Dragon next year. None. You free up that money, dude. And it's exactly what Sylvander said. You sign those guys to the other exemptions, and you use cap space instead for a star. I don't want to start talking with that Kawhi crap, because all we did was the mental masturbation of Durant which they never even had an opportunity. I don't care what meeting he had. They did not have a shot at all at Giannis, and we wasted our time talking Giannis, and we're going to waste our time talking Kawhi, and he didn't come. You know, it just over and over and over again. Lately, it's just been one of those things that we sit there and as fans and media members, we just play this mental masturbation game, and it's been a failure every time now. They don't really end up with the guy. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find that disgruntled guy. Zoe, Timmy, Butler, Mason, Shaq, what's it called? Bosh was tired of Toronto. LeBron was tired of Cleveland. You got to find that disgruntled star. That's the guy you got to find, not the guy that has all the options ahead of him. No. You got to find the disgruntled where the avenues are a little bit more limited. That's the next one. It is what it is. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Don't forget, M&S Air Conditioning is a great sponsor of ours. We got spring right around the corner here. Summer right around the corner. It's spring now, and you know what you're going to do to your AC? You're going to burn that mother out. So what you need to do is call Mike and Greg at M&S Air Conditioning. Those guys know how to get it done. Visit them, by the way, at ac-florida.com. Get a high-efficiency polarized air filter for your AC unit. Hey, in today's world, we learned a lot with COVID. But now you've also learned another thing. Maintaining distance and not dealing with so many people, now you don't deal with a lot of colds, which, by the way, less trips to the doctor, less medicine, less time you lose at work, all those kind of things. So install a polarized air filter in your home to protect you and your family. Install one in your workplace so your employees are in a safer environment. The air is cleaner. You smell it. It's different. Call M&S Air Conditioning, folks. They will make a difference by installing that polarized air filter. The other thing is you can also get a preventative maintenance plan. Have that AC looked at right now. Get that coil cleaned. That way when you're burning that AC out all summer long because it's so damn hot outside, it's working great because it's treated by M&S Air Conditioning. Call Mike and Greg. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you. I promise you. 954-421-3680. That's 954-421-3680.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Welcome to OnsideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow us on social media at Onside Radio. Miami Dolphins fan us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The Onside Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a Big O.
All right.
Crypto bro.
Yeah. I mean, the day just gets better. V-Chain hit 20 already. It's awesome. If you got on it when I told you between 7.6 cents and 9 cents that I mentioned it over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're doubling your money already. You have doubled your money already. Some of you are on the road to tripling because my early stuff at 7.6, I'm not that far away from tripling. 20 cents already. It's funny. You know what's hilarious, Tito, that I'm hanging out with my wife, right? And she's like surfing, and she looks at this article from Google about V-Chain. I think it was like a couple months old, like a month or two. And the person writing goes, well, V-Chain should be at 20 cents by the end of 2021. And I looked at it and I go, that's a terrible article. That person they did not do their homework on this company. It's already at 20 cents. That's what I told her. I go, it'll be 20 cents by the end of the month. And we are in the 16th, and it's already at the 20-cent mark. Yeah, when I saw it dip yesterday, I said, I think it's time to get in again. Just a little bit. Just dip your toe in the water one more time there, and it was good. It was good. Damn, that was, man, that is a beautiful thing. Anyway, welcome back. We take it till 3. Alex Dotto, my crypto bro, also will take over at 3. He'll carry you till 6. He's happy to. He's a V-Chain.
Crypto bro.
He's a V-Chain hodler.
Crypto bro.
Yeah.
Crypto bro.
Tony says, crypto bro, say no to Oladipo. Big O, listening to you yesterday talking about Greer and his tactical ways of building the Dolphins made me dream about the Super Bowl and no later than 2024. Oh, dude, you're way off, bro. You're way off, Willie. Don't you know that the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl next season? Seriously. We're going to be in Arizona in 2022, early February, watching Tua lead the Dolphins to its first Super Bowl in over 40 years. Those are the facts. That's just exactly what's going to happen. Oh, wait a minute. What is it, 73, right, was the last one. So 83, 93, 2003, 2013. It's 50 years? Okay. It'll be the 50th anniversary of it. So 50 years later, the Dolphins win the Super Bowl. A half a century later, the anniversary of it. That 73 season right there. So next year, the Dolphins will put themselves in a position to win the Super Bowl. This year, they're going to go to the playoffs, get that experience. Then Greer and the boys will have another trip through free agency in the draft, finalize this, load it all up, and in his rookie year, in his rookie contract, in his third year, he is going to lead the team to a Super Bowl win. So, Willie, I'm sorry to disappoint you, bro. You're not going to wait till 24. You're only waiting till February of 23 for the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. Listen, I'm sorry if I make you mad and I piss you off with that, you're a year off, but that's the way it's going to happen. I can already see it. I can already see myself celebrating. I can see Tito picking me up and putting me on his shoulders. Right, Tito? That's going to happen, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. Enrique says, in my opinion, I want what the Cowboys did when they drafted Smith and Michael Irvin, this find a number 1 wide receiver and a stud running back. Give them time, man. They'll find everything. They'll get it done. Two Extreme says, Brevin Jordan might even be a possible to get in the 4th round, but the guy's so injury prone. Now, you have to draft Brevin Jordan in the 4th round, even though he's a sack of injuries. What I would not do in no way, shape, or form is draft Brevin Jordan in the first couple rounds. I would never use my high picks on Brevin Jordan, not because he is not worthy of the pick talent-wise. He's not worthy of the pick because he, is too fragile. Breaks down way too much. All right? What is it? Tilling the Garden streaming the Big O on my iPhone Bluetooth to my Bose sunglasses. So 2021, fins for life. There you go. I like it. Two Extreme says, Big O, did you see the video Noah Igbenogany put out of him working out on his craft with Xavier Howard. I'm really glad to see the young player working out to prove he's not a wasted draft pick. Well, why would you think he's a wasted draft pick? We got to stop that too extreme. Okay, the guy wasn't getting arrested. He wasn't coming late to meetings. He wasn't coming to practice drunk, Vontae Davis style. He hasn't asked for his grandma. This kid was a mature dude the entire year. What, he didn't play well? Okay, well, he's a rookie, man. Pat Surtain sucked too his first year. You know what I mean? There's nothing said bust about him. Everything said rookie. Last year, Tua, nothing says bust about him. It says rookie in a terrible situation, by the way, because let's be honest, it's a terrible situation. Okay? You know, let's just call it like we see it. It's the same thing with Gesicki. Oh, we're going to give up on Gesicki? No, man. You got to give the guy time. Give him some, I never looked at Noah as a bust at all. I never was concerned about him at all. He's a rookie. It's fine. I expect Austin Jackson to be better this year. I expect Solomon Kinley to be better this year. I expect Robert Hunt to be better this year. It's their second year. Hey, Jerome Baker was lost for 2 years. 2 years. He wasn't anything for 2 years. Nothing special to write about. Kid got better, didn't he? We have to learn patience. Not everybody is Zach freaking Thomas. You know what I mean? So the second you don't star, you must be a bust. You must look like a bust. You might be a bust. I think you're a bust. No, you can't do that to people. You got to give them time. You think I bring people on the radio here? So far in the almost 6 months, because the 19th will be our 6th month, we have plenty of people that have come on here that are green. And they're kind of new to radio, and they're kind of figuring it out. And that's my job, to kind of help them along the way, teach them. Tito, Sean, Toast, Dono. That's what people that have been in the business for a while, we're here to guide the younger people that are newer to all this stuff, So the second they make a mistake, am I supposed to say, oh, no, that's a wrong radio person. That's it, done. No, you got to allow young people to make mistakes. You got to allow them to grow. You got to allow them to learn what they're doing and understand what they're doing. And if they're willing to do that, obviously, I've also run into the case where you try to teach somebody and then they don't want to learn, and you just say, well, then, too bad, so sad, then get out of here. You know what I mean? But overall, the people that want to learn and Noah wants to learn. Noah wants to play. Noah is dedicated. He's a good kid, man. We got to stop with that. Got to stop with that. You got something, Tito? Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just feel like Dak Prescott and, Patrick Mahomes have just ruined people's realistic expectations for rookie players.
Yeah, Marino did the same thing. Came off the bench and
ruined it.
Lit the world on fire.
We've said this so many times, but it's that we live in such an instant gratification society. That,
man.
The moment they don't show superstardom with the zap of a finger, they suck.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Two Extreme says, to be clear, it's stop the media and outside talk of him being a wasted pick. I don't see him as a wasted pick. Well, anybody that says he's a wasted pick doesn't know football, because you have not even actually given the person a chance. Now,
most difficult position to adjust to in the NFL, by the way.
Now, here's where I'll give you a break if you're calling him a wasted pick. If you called him a wasted pick from the moment he got drafted, that you have some information that you knew it was a bad pick. Okay? Then okay, now time will tell if you're right or wrong. That's all. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, because we might be wrong about him too, I don't think so. I think the kid's going to turn into a heck of a player. I've watched corners struggle and then become good players, over and over again. Paul Soliai sucked for a couple of years also. I mean, I can come up with this for days. Days. I can talk about players that struggled early on and then became something. I have so many examples. And so you can sit down with a coach and he'll tell you 10 times more than I will, 100 times more than I will, because he's lived it, watched it, coached it, helped kids come through completely out of the abyss to actually becoming an impactful player and getting to, really dominate. So we have to be patient. And so if you're reading members that are already calling him a bust, those are lazy media members. Or watching, listening, whatever. If it's radio, it's TV, if it's writing, if they're calling him a bust after the first year, they don't know what the hell they're talking about because they're the same people that were calling Gesicki a bust and Jerome Baker a bust in their first years. And now they look terrible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, be a little bit more patient is what I would tell media members, what I would tell fans. It's what these young players deserve. They deserve your patience because this is not a really easy thing to do. Just like there's a lot of things that you guys do every day that when you have a new employee take over, they struggle early on. They got to figure things out, and there's an adjustment period. And you kind of laugh about it yourself when you watch a new employee because you were there one day, and you had never done it, and then you're freaking out. And you're laughing at them freaking out is what I'm saying. And then you're trying to calm them down and give them some leadership and give them some guidance. And then eventually they figure it out and they become productive employees. It wasn't that they weren't a good employee. They were a good employee. They want to learn. They want to learn from their mistakes. They want to work hard. That's the foundation. Then after that is fine-tuning. That's all. It's part of work ethic and desire and all of that we saw from Noah. Now, if you're telling me he's Johnny Manziel and he's leaving practice as soon as the kicker does and he's going out to bars and, having some fun like he was, then I'm telling you, okay, I'm with you that he's a bust. By the way, I was on Bustville for him before he even got drafted. I never bought into Johnny Manziel, by the way. And so those are the kind of people that you tell me, okay, yeah, no, this looks like a completely wasted pick. I will go with you. But if the person is as professional as Noah was all last year and we never heard a peep of anything else that was extracurricular, there was no domestic issues, there was no drinking issues, there was no partying issues, there were no immaturity issues, then I'm in that kid's corner. And let's give him some time because he will belong that guy. He will be that guy. Willie Molina's going, crypto bro. There you go. He's loving the drop. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Don't forget, folks, that Onside Radio continues to grow, and to make your life easy, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the radio.net app. Download the free app and listen to your favorite OnsideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter-Miami CF game this Sunday. Go to your app store, download radio.net, and search Onside Radio, the home for South Florida sports.
Crypto, bro.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Fish fans, time to reel in the latest news in baseball with OnsideRadio.com's Marlins Minute. Here's Christian Chase.
The Marlins bats finally, after what seemed like an eternity of rest, woke up today in Atlanta. The Marlins now have 16 hits through 7 innings, and regardless of how this game turns out, the Marlins are finally on.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. Air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, fans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnsideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
We are just 2 days away from Inter Miami's 2021 home opener, first game of the 2021 MLS season against LA Galaxy at Drive Pink Stadium. Inter Miami just loaned out Patrick Seagrass to USL Championship side Indy 11 on a season-long loan in which Inter Miami retained the right to recall him at any time. It seems like the left back position will be locked down by Jovan Jones and Kieran Gibbs, so Patrick Seagrass getting this time out in USL Championship may be a good thing.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnsideRadio.com.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
I think we need to normalize the nickname Dick again. There used to be a lot of dicks. Now, people think about the male anatomy. I don't know why we can't use Dick as a nick. There was something the strong, silent type would have the name Dick. Yeah, sure, it was a nickname for Richard, but Richards now will just go by Rich or Richard. Like, nobody goes by Dick anymore. I think we need to normalize Dick.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
It's a B-Chain Friday. What can I tell you? I'm a happy camper today. Can't wait for Sunday, man. I am so freaking jacked for Sunday, man. It's just, I know I'm going to end up here like way too early, right, on that first day and pacing and all that. By the way, are you doing something like really, really important? Are you going to be frustrated that you're missing the opener? Because I know you like being here for the games. I know you love doing the games.
What are you talking about, man?
You.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're not, unfortunately, you got something to do on Friday. I mean, on Sunday. You're not going to be here with us. So I'm just wondering.
What do I got to do on Sunday?
I thought you weren't coming on Sunday.
Who said that?
I thought you were missing the first game.
Who said that? Are you confusing me for Aguirre?
Was it, so you are here on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, unless you don't want me to be with you, I'm fine.
Don't be stupid.
Okay.
Don't ever say that.
I would. All right, I'll take
you.
You
know,
off.
I would never say that. No, but so you are going to be here. Okay, I thought you had a conflict.
No,
for the first
not
game.
that I know of.
Okay, so then
unless something pops up, unless my Pfizer knocks my ass out for the next 2 days.
So it's not you're here for the Philly game too?
Which one is that? What day?
The next Saturday.
Yeah, I should be.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So then I had you confused.
What are you talking
I don't
about?
know. Hey man, listen, I got a lot of crap going on. So I thought you were out actually on Sunday. I'm glad you're here. Well, that is fantastic. All right. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for Sunday, man. It is going to be a lot of fun to watch Inter start their season. All right. So we got a lot of things to talk about on the program. The Panthers, by the way, unfortunately came up short. Although the Hubie assist to Duclair that was really nice yesterday. Hornquist picked up a goal. Dreger, by the way, only had 16 saves yesterday. But, he gave up 3 goals in the process. And Tampa ends up winning 3-2 in that one. A little frustrating. They got to come back tomorrow and pick up the victory and kind of even things out, hopefully. They'll be able to do that tomorrow in Tampa and get it done. By the way, if you want to get in, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. If you want to get in on the program, the text line 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. And, of course, you can chime in on the YouTube chat board if you've got any questions, comments, or anything along those lines. George says Noah will be fine. He already has the physical tools to be elite. Couple that with the top-notch DB coaching that the Dolphins have to offer, and he should excel big time. I'm with you, man. I truly believe the same thing, that he's going to be just fine. This is a kid that he's a stud, man, and it's just green. That's all. It's just green, and you got to give them some time to kind of figure it all out, and he will. He will. By the way, Tito, did you see that they say that Pfizer says we're going to have a third shot in 12 months?
Yeah, a booster shot.
A booster shot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. You say that, and I say that, but, we have a certain section of the country that is they're anti-vaccine. They think they're going to inject some kind of a microchip in you to track you. They think that the government's out to get you. They think that the vaccine doesn't work and that the virus is a hoax. And so you say that, but not everybody says that. And, those people don't realize that they're probably hurting the rest of us from getting back to normal again. Okay? As V-Chain approaches 21 cents.
Like I said, I trust science.
This is crazy. You saw that Fauci exchange with the idiot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I trust science, like I said.
Yeah. Anyway, so they say you may need a booster shot when it's all said and done. We've got the NFL draft coming, and you see who's performing at the NFL draft?
I do not.
Kings of Leon will kick off the NFL draft activities at a stage close to the Hall of Fame later on in the month. The Grammy Award-winning band will open the festivities on April 29th with the performance as the draft returns to a more normal state after being held virtually in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic. In addition to being a top-selling act, lead singer Caleb Followill and his brothers Nathan, Jared, and cousin Matthew are also football fans, and they followed Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield closely since his career at Oklahoma. Now, doesn't stop there. Hall of Fame rock and roll singer Ann Wilson. From where, Tito? Watch this. From where? Where's Ann Wilson from?
Kiss.
Heart.
Nice.
So she, of course, is the lead singer. She will sing the national anthem before the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell begins calling the names of the league's newest players. And so you will have Ann Wilson, and Ann Wilson's voice is, oh my God. It is a mega voice. It is one of the greatest female rock voices of all time. And she's just one of the great voices of all time in rock history. So that's pretty cool. Now, they will also have headlining musical acts for the second and third days of the draft, but those announcements will be coming in the coming weeks. The draft will be held April 29th through May 1st. And remember, you can be a part of our draft coverage live at Sports Grill, Bird Road 114, right off the Turnpike. So even if you're coming from down south or up north, you just get on the Turnpike, you get off on Bird Road. It's literally 3 blocks east, and you go right into the shopping center and come right back out, get on the Turnpike, and you're headed home. So you don't even have to deal with a lot of driving or anything like that. It's in, out. It's quick. It's convenient. And V-Chain's at 2107. I don't know what the hell's going on, but that thing is flying. And so please join us out there for the draft party. We're going to have prizes, giveaways. I'm working on some stuff right now. as we speak. I just don't want to make any promises yet until everything kind of comes together. But just wanted to mention that also in the process. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. Let's do this. We'll come back on the other side. Before we take a break, when we come back, I want to tell you about something that's going on in the NFL that it happens every year, and this year, obviously, is creating all kinds of issues because it's just kind of ridiculous what's going on because you're trying to hurt somebody's career, and you're only doing it to better your chances, or you're getting suckered into hurting somebody's career, and I'm going to explain what it is. Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live from Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. You can join me and Alex Dano for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. The new home for all Inter Miami road games, which will be next Saturday, not tomorrow, next Saturday when they take on Philadelphia. It'll be Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Center Mall.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
If you missed the Sunday Sports Drop Sunday, you missed this.
Gabby, what the hell is a vertical penetrator, man?
A vertical penetrator, my friend, is Leonard Taylor. A vertical penetrator is Gerald Willis. Those are guys that just cause havoc in the pass rushing game. It's turning into a passing game. You watch college football around the country. You look at Justin Fields, you look at Trevor Lawrence, you look at Mac Jones, all these guys that are just starting to sling the ball all over the place. And, you think of pass rushers and you think of guys on the edge, but you also have to consider, guys on the interior of defensive line that are going to just go get after the quarterback. That's the name of the game right now, is getting after the quarterback.
Sunday Sports Drop with Jazz Santana. Every Sunday morning from 7 to 9. Exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
He has an overbite that makes him look like a cartoon character, a slightly crooked eye, and an uncommonly wrinkly neck. In the right light, he can look a little like a garden gnome, and he'll wear a bow tie just because. Sure, you might call him a little quirky, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect. Tuna is a 3-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix with more than 700,000 followers on Instagram, and it all started because he was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Tuna, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Catch a South Florida staple every afternoon as Alex Dano hosts the Man of the Match. Dano covers everything from football to football to MMA. Tune in to one of the most complete sports shows in the country with Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every weekday, exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Marlins lose to the Atlanta Braves yesterday in their fourth game. They lose 6-5 7-6 after a blown save in the bottom of the ninth inning. Marlins get a chance to rebound tonight. They host the San Francisco Giants. Daniel Castano is on the mound. Miami Heat play tonight. They take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip-off is slated for 8 p.m. Florida Panthers, they lose in overtime to the Tampa Bay Lightning last night, 3-2. They'll remain in Tampa for another game Saturday. Puck drop is slated for 7 p.m. And Onside Radio, folks, Inter Miami gets their season started this Sunday. They host the LA Galaxy right here at Drive Pink Stadium. Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan have the call starting at 3:23. Big O and Alex Stano will get you started at 2 p.m. with the Onside Radio pregame show. With your Onside Sports update, I'm Tito Bonacci. Coming up next, it's more of the Onside Zone with the Big O right here, OnsideRadio.com.
Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. OnsideRadio.com.
All righty. Welcome back. We take you, of course, till 3. Alex Donna will take over. He is he's a happy camper too. He's one of those riding the V-chain train, and we are watching this thing go parabolic right here, right now. After that little dip yesterday, and I guess somewhere a little again. Never worry, I tell you. Okay, I don't invest in these pump and dumps. I invest in the kind of companies that are just going to climb. That way I can ride. You know what I'm saying? It's about to hit 22 cents. It's at 21.90. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Tommy in Hialeah says, so Houston asked about Watson. Guy says better off investing in crypto. Nice endorsement. You're better off investing in crypto, man. As long as you know the right coins to hit. You'll definitely be better off in crypto. Now, I told you about something going on that I just find it's kind of disgusting in a way. It's kind of gross, and especially when there isn't a reason to do it, okay? We could question Johnny Manziel from the get-go because he was the party animal in college, and so whether he was going to be dedicated or not, part of the reason why I wanted no part of Johnny Manziel when he was coming out, because I did question his work ethic. I did question whether he can really play at the next level and those kind of things. And Justin Fields, I feel, and again, it's a minority thing too and all that because, it's just ridiculous. And Orlovsky came out with that lazy statement about him being lazy. And I say lazy on Orlovsky's part because he must have taken some agent's word for it, or maybe he fell suckered to a team that he knows that wants to, send bad messages out there and crap on a kid who is a character kid, by the way. Look, I know that I'm in University of Miami territory, okay? But we got to stop with that. Get your fan crap out of your system right now. This has nothing to do with being a fan. We are now talking about young men trying to become professional football players. And if a Gator and a Buckeye and a Irish are the three guys that Miami needs in order to win a Super Bowl, and I'm talking about the Dolphins, load it up.
I thought you were about to say that if they walk into a bar, that was a setup for that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. No, if you need those three in order for the Dolphins to succeed, but I'm a Dolphins and Canes fan, I don't care about where you played in college. Okay? It doesn't stop me from loving Nat Moore to death, Okay? It doesn't stop me from rooting for any other Seminole or Gator or Notre Dame player. Sean Wooden, who's a former Notre Dame player, is one of the finest human beings you will ever meet on Mother Earth. Okay? If you've ever met Sean Wooden, okay, you would know what I'm talking about. Or Sean Wooten, as Jimmy Johnson used to call him. So, this kid, Justin Fields, he's a good kid, man. He looks like a really good kid. Everything that you get from him is like class and a leader. And when I saw him take those hits to the kidney and come back and just throw touchdowns and ball out, and he's the guy that started the petition to get the Big Ten, playing football and all of that. This guy has shown leadership and all kinds of ways, shape, and form that right now it's insulting to take character shots at him. And he has proven it over and over again that he's a good player, man. I don't care that he plays for Ohio State. I got to tell you something. Outside of him playing against the Dolphins, because I know he's not coming to the Dolphins, so he's going to play for one of the other 31 teams. That's the only time I won't be rooting for that kid. When he plays against the Dolphins, I hope he throws 46 interceptions. Okay? Not 45, not 43. I hope he throws 46 interceptions against the Dolphins. But outside of that, I'll be rooting for that young man. Because what people have done it's been unfair. Okay? And then here comes the story. Justin Fields is now the betting favorite to go third overall. He was always going to go third overall. Now, if there are media members that are into sensationalism, well, then have at it, bro. Knock yourself out. You need a little drama in your life? Go for it. You need more hits? You need more followers? You need more clicks? Whatever it is, you want to be more of a troll? Go for it, man. Knock yourself out. Enjoy yourself. Okay? But this is a kid that has not deserved any of this. And as far as I'm concerned, I was already convinced he was going 3. I was already convinced that he fits perfectly what Mike Shanahan wants to do. Not Mac Jones. I think the Niners don't want to show how much they love Justin Fields. I think they don't want to show that they love Justin Fields so much. They probably think Justin Fields is better than Zach. Whether he is or isn't, I don't know. But they don't want to show so much love because then maybe the Jets say, maybe we'll take Fields instead of Zach. Who knows? For whatever reason. But it's part of the smokescreen through all of this. Now, the Niners have not said one negative thing, so I'm not even lumping them in with the naive, the dumb, or the just plain evil. Okay? Because those are the 3 things in going after Justin Fields. You're either naive, you're dumb, or you're just plain evil. And look, NFL people, they're supposed to be plain evil. I mean, they're fighting for their jobs or lives, so they don't care if they have to take a shot at a kid to hope that he drops to them. So I understand all of that. But now, the poor part about it is when media members, or even a Dan Orlovsky, who's a former player and played that position, and I understand that Dan Orlovsky usually likes to play more from out of bounds than inbounds. But the point is, he still played the position, and he should know a little bit more about it than we do. And he should at least be able to see on the periphery what we see with this kid, that it's pretty damn solid. So this is one of those stories that I find it frustrating for him. I find it unfair for him. It's his career that's on the line. And it's the start of his career, so you're already going to try to cost him money when he hasn't done anything. It's not like he's got a bong mask. Okay, now it's there. It's video evidence. We get it. Okay, he drops in the draft. He did it to himself. He was smoking out of a bong mask. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I'm sure thousands of college students do all kinds of crazy-ass stuff. Millions, let me go, not thousands. So he's not the first guy to have a joint, drink out of a keg, go to a kegger, chug this, go to a wet T-shirt, whatever it is that crazy kids do in those college towns. Not the first, not the last. But it's explainable why he fell. This kid has done nothing to do that. He has not done anything to hurt his stock. He's done everything to help his stock. He is not giving you any kind of examples that say he is not worthy of being one of the better quarterbacks in college football this year and one of the top picks in the NFL draft. So I will be rooting for Justin Fields. Okay? Except when he plays the Dolphins, because, of course, I can't root for anybody but my beloved Miami Dolphins. Always. But more power to Justin Fields. I am a Justin Fields fan, and I am going to root for that young man to have a ton of success so we can watch people eat crow. Hey, just like this year. This year, I am going to take so much pleasure in watching Tua excel and making everybody else look like idiots. Okay? All those people that were picking on Tua, oh, no, he's too small, he's too short, yeah, his arm is not strong enough. No, this guy's a bust. This guy, he's just a product of all the players in Alabama. He did nothing whatsoever. All those people are going to eat crow, dude. All of them. Okay? As V-Chain goes under 21 cents now. Damn it. Anyway, it's up 25%. So I can't complain right now. It was a parabolic move. But I am going to take a little pleasure in all of that. I will say that. All right, 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. That's 888-441-4623. The text line, 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123 if you want to get in on the show. We got a big 2 o'clock hour. At the top of the hour, Franco Panizo is going to join us from SBI Soccer. He's going to preview the Galaxy and Inter match on Sunday. Freddie Coleman from ESPN and ESPN Radio, the host, is going to join us at 2:30. So we'll have a little fun with Freddie. We'll go around sports with him. You know, maybe we'll bring up also the Justin Fields talk, because I think that's a good subject to approach Freddie about. He gets to cover things on a national basis every single night. And so this is one of those topics that I think those of us that follow sports and follow football pretty closely, I think a lot of us will find it frustrating, actually. I got to be honest. So J-Lo and A-Rod finally broke up, huh? That cheating scandal with that blonde, I guess, ended up costing him the relationship. Is that what it is? You think? I know they're not saying anything, but you know A-Rod did something, right? I mean, come on. And you know, it's not just because it's really quick to say, you know, J-Lo can't keep a guy. You know, A-Rod can't keep a woman either. He's had several relationships and he can't keep any of them. I'm just saying. So let's I get that J-Lo's had her share of bad luck too. Probably hooking up with the wrong dudes. Especially, I mean, A-Rod is as phony as the Mad Dog would say. Alex Rodriguez is as phony as a $3 bill. Okay? I would not believe Alex Rodriguez if his tongue was notarized. So, you know, it's just one of those things that's a dude that just, you know, shady as always has been. It's not a guy you could ever trust. I don't care what PR he's been able to pull off on TV and all he's changed and this, get the hell out of here. He's just playing it in public a lot better. That's all, and some of you fall for it, okay? You know, it's just funny, but While J-Lo can't keep a guy, there's no doubt about it. But let's not forget that A-Rod cannot stay with any woman either in the process. He's gone out with some doozies. He's gone out with some pretty hot women. And somehow or another, all his relationships end the same way. It's tough, I guess, as a celebrity, right? You're Jennifer Aniston. You're Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey Vonn's also had some issues too. John Mayer. John Mayer's like screwed half of Hollywood. Can't stay with anybody. It's just celebrities are a mess, man. Celebrities, they are definitely a breed apart. Let's put it that way. As V-Chain climbs back over 21 to 21:36. Damn, that is good. I hope some of you guys got on that train because it's a good train. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can also reach out to us on the text line. I got to read any of the texts that come in at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. And, of course, on Twitter at Big O Show and on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also send in your questions there. We will answer them on the other side right here on OnsideRadio.com.
Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
That they don't do that they don't go to the bottom and they don't tank. And I'll give you the perfect counter to that. Look what happened twice in Cleveland when LeBron James left there. How they were awful when he left the first time, and I don't know if there's a word, awful-er, now when he left the second time. So I think that's the testimony to the commitment, honestly, from the Arisons down to Andy Ellisberg and Pat Riley in the front office, the commitment they've made not to stink.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
At Baptist Health, we are ready
to serve, to treat,
to safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits
with skilled surgeons,
advanced medicine,
and multidisciplinary teams. We're ready for new arrivals
and new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and Ginger.
I can't hear you.
Captain and Ginger. He was a Captain and Ginger. Captain and Ginger. He was a Captain and Ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Baseball fans will go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Saturday at 8 a.m., exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
This is the Big O Show.
That's what they say.
This is the Big O Show.
Yes, it is. All right, welcome back. We take you, of course, till 3. Alex Dono will take over at that point. Let's see. Kiss, come on, Tito. What is that? What do you say, Kiss? What was it?
You asked me about that lady.
Oh, about Ann Wilson. Okay. But I didn't say Kiss. We talked about Ann Wilson. Oh, you say Kiss. That's right. You did say that. Noah's the youngest player in all of the NFL. That's a fantastic point, by the way. That's a great point. He's young, and that's a good thing by the Dolphins that you get a young player, so years-wise you can build on it. Big O, I got my first shot yesterday. I didn't have any side effects so far, and we're 13 days away from the draft. We are getting pretty close. G from Pennsylvania, nice job by you, G. That's good, man. It's lucky, right, that you're able to not get any side effects, because that's the tough part about all of this is the side effects. That's if you end up getting them, then all of a sudden that is not a fun thing. I mean, our boy Kai just went through it now. He had the shivers and fever and all that kind of stuff. So he was a little bit out of whack, as they say. We're into the final segment of hour number 2 here on the program. Troy says, "Oh, if A-Rod has J-Lo, why would he need to go for action anywhere else?" I can't explain, bro. I can't explain those kind of things. I am telling you, I think most of us would be pretty happy being married to J-Lo. I think we'd be pretty happy. But, and again, I mean, it's A-Rod, bro. I mean, I just, that's just the guy that I've always looked at the same, way that just a guy you can't trust. Two Extreme says Fields has to go to the Niners. It's just a perfect fit for him in the Niners. It is. I love him there. Gus says, I remember when John Gruden pushing hard for Johnny during the 14 draft in the first round of the Raiders. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've never been a Gruden Raiders guy. Not that I ever root for the Raiders or anything like that. I don't really care whether they win or lose. It has nothing to. But what I mean by is when he took over, where people were saying, "Oh, will he succeed or not?" I never expected him to succeed. He did a great job, and he caught lightning in a bottle with the Bucs. When he took over, he had a Super Bowl caliber defense, and to his credit, he got Brad Johnson. He got a tackle. I forgot the guy's name, the tackle that he brought in. He got the wife beater, Michael Pittman. He added, I think, Keenan McCardell. He told Keyshawn Johnson to get lost. He did a couple of things on offense that were really important in them succeeding and becoming effective enough on offense that with that defense, you only had to come up with 15, 20 points, 22 points, and you were going to win a game. And so to his credit, he did a great job. But from that moment that they won the Super Bowl, they progressively got worse every year, and he never found a quarterback. Gronkowski or whatever was his best pick, pretty much. Bruce Gronkowski was his name. He could never do anything. And that Raiders team that they had, it was a really old team, and he relied on a whole bunch of veterans to kind of get by. And they did a good job overall, I got to say, and they got pretty deep. But I just kind of felt that he was always overrated. And then this whole thing on ABC and Monday Night Football and what's the nickname, Chucky and the whole eyebrow thing and all that crap, and people would fall in love with his quarterback camp thing. Let me ask you something there, Tito. And the QB camp thing that Gruden, I mean, if Gruden is such a QB guru, name one quarterback he's developed. Thank you. So
I didn't get time to think about it. Jeez.
What's the answer?
I mean, give me a second.
There's no answer. He's never developed a quarterback. Derek Carr was
I
already.
guess not, yeah.
Derek Carr was drafted by the prior regime, and he had really good years before.
Look,
the
I mean, the
regime.
guy said that he loved Nathan Peterman, and Nathan Peterman has had one hell of a career.
And remember,
you know,
and this guy just said
I
he
really
fought-
don't like you looking like with all this yolk on your face, but Nathan Peterman's made some waves through the league.
Yeah, yep, and so has Johnny Manziel, and he likes him too. So I never bought into the Gruden hype, ever. I just didn't. And so far, it's proven. Didn't they release their second-round pick yesterday, Alden Key? I want to say. I'm pretty sure of that. That Raiders released a high draft pick, and I'm pretty sure it was Alden Key. I want to say. I'll look it up for you. I think I can walk and chew gum at the same time. Yes, they released Maurice Hurst. The Raiders made two shocking moves on Thursday, releasing two veteran defensive linemen from the 2018 draft. The team announced that they have waived tackle Maurice Hurst and defensive end Arden Key, who are both entering the final years of their rookie contracts. Hurst was slated to be the team's starting 3 technique in 21, but the Raiders did not add several veteran defensive tackles since being drafted in 18. Hurst has played 40 games for the Raiders, totaling 8 sacks and 17 quarterback hits. When healthy, he's a viable pass rusher and an above-run defender. He's still 25 and should have a market in free agency. Key has been more disappointing, recording just 3 sacks in 37 games for the Raiders. He was a third-round pick. There it was in 2018. Okay? And the other guy, too. I mean, Thuffering Thuckatash. Mike, what's his name? What's the GM's name? Forgot his name? Mike something, right? Isn't it Mike? Mayock. Mike Mayock. That's it. I never thought that combo was ever going to do anything. All right, let's preview Inter and LA Galaxy on Sunday. We got a huge game, and it can be all heard right here on OnsideRadio.com starting off at 2 o'clock. Franco Panizo from Miami Total Football and SBI Soccer joins us next.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Onside Radio. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. Follow us on social media at Onside Radio. Inter Miami CF fans, Onside Radio is the place to guide you through the 2021 season. Go to our website at OnsideRadio.com and download any of our apps to listen to your favorite team. OnsideRadio.com is your home for La Rosa Negra. OnsideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Toast.
A couple of esports companies made some noise on Wall Street yesterday. Esports Entertainment Group announced a new cryptocurrency-related platform, and a custom-built crypto mining application will be the first app launched. The platform will allow owners to utilize idle computer power to passively mine for Ethereum with the click of a button. The company's software algorithm will automatically evaluate the hardware of the gaming PC and mine when it's not in use for gaming. Stock symbol for them, GMBL. And congrats to Esports Technologies, Inc., as their shares blasted out of the gate yesterday and kept rising in volatile trading, as the Las Vegas-based online gambling company stock opened at more than triple the initial public offering price. Stock symbol for them, EBET. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
The Onside Zone.
He's a liar. And there's nothing new about that. He's full of crap. If you're believing that, I got a bridge in the Keys. It's the one on the right side. Just want you to know, when you're going south, you'll see the smaller bridge on the right. I've got that one for sale if you're interested.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
That's the one boy band that I will say, dude, I'll stand up for Boys to Men every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Love those guys.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right. All righty. Welcome back. And, of course, we're going to talk a little soccer. Inter Miami opens up the season against LA Galaxy here at Drive Pink Stadium. And a man that covers the team on a daily basis for Miami Total Football and SBI Soccer is my man Franco Panizo. You could follow him on Twitter at Franco Panizo. Always kind enough to give us some time. Franco, welcome aboard, baby. It's a beautiful Friday.
It is a beautiful Friday. How are you, Big O? I was starting to get the feeling you didn't love me anymore. I hadn't spoken to you in a while here, but no, I know it's because it's been a long season for MLS and Inter Miami, but the ball will get rolling officially on Sunday, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, you know, I'm going to bug you. Toast will ask you to come on. Donna will ask you to come on. Kai, so I'm sure a lot of people will be bothering you now. And anyways, it's not like there's another station in town that talks soccer, right? I mean,
that's true. That's true.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase it. It's not like there's another station that can talk soccer, okay? Because obviously, you know, those stations wouldn't know a soccer ball if it hit them in the head. So, we of course are the place where you can actually hear all sports here, including soccer, on this station. So let's have a little fun. First of all, how do you assess what you've seen in the offseason leading up to Sunday? Because the pundits aren't necessarily impressed. Where are you?
I think it's a team that just covering it on the day-to-day and maybe being a little closer than others. I think it's a team that's more organized and has a different energy than maybe they had last year when things were still all coming together in a frantic way before the season, even during the season before COVID hit. So I think, you know, with Phil Neville on board, with David Beckham in town and keeping a watchful eye over things, I think there's just a more organization to everything. And just I think the team has gotten younger. I'm not sure how well they'll do over the course of a 34-game season. I don't expect them to be at the top of the Eastern Conference, but you know, I do expect improvements because the team, the first 11 and maybe a few substitutes, they're just too talented not to be better than they were last year. Just on talent alone, they should be better. But again, with Phil Neville on board and the ideas he's bringing on board and the manner in which he's having the team work, I think that they will improve. And you know, again, like for instance, Masali Wayne had one goal last season off a free kick, didn't score from the run of play. I can't see that happening again. I think his quality will shine through. I think you'll see Blaise Matuidi and Rodolfo Pizarro take a step up, and the team should just be better overall this season. Just how much better is the question?
Yeah, I mean, because it was such a discombobulated year last year because you're building the team one way without a coach, and then you get a coach, and then he wants some guys, he doesn't want others. You got to trade them off. Your stars come midway through the season. It was a really difficult way to kind of bring everything together. Now, Panizo, dude, if everybody's here except for two guys that'll join them in July, but if everybody else is here, this is the first chance that this franchise has ever had to actually develop any kind of chemistry with its players.
Yeah, I mean, they should have more chemistry. Again, a lot of familiar faces from last year are coming back Rodolfo Pizarro, Luis Morgan, Gonzalo Higuain, Blaise Matuidi, Leandro Gonzalez-Pires, Nicolas Figal. There's a lot of starters or a lot of projected starters that are back this year. So that's also a plus for Inter Miami this year. You know, the wild thing is, and you know, I'll say this, is that Inter Miami could be better in terms of their place in the standings this year, but not make the playoffs. Because last year, because of the wild season and all the chaos that happened, MLS expanded the playoff field to 10 in the Eastern Conference. Inter Miami made it on the final day of the regular season as that 10th place team. Now it's 7 teams per conference that make the playoffs. So Inter Miami could theoretically finish 8th and not make the playoffs. So, you know, the results will matter even more so this season. I mean, there's still some wiggle room there for you to have, you know, your ups and downs throughout the course of a 34-game campaign, but Inter Miami will have to hit the ground running for much of the year, because if they start having long spells of not picking up points like they did last year, then, you know, it might be a shorter season than anyone expected.
You can follow him on Twitter at Franco Panizo, and, of course, catch his work at SBI Soccer. And the podcast is a must-listen, and that is, of course, at Miami Total Football. Make sure you follow that and subscribe on all platforms to Miami Total Football. Franco, who's the key people from within that have got to improve outside of the obvious Higuain, and you talk about Matuidi and those kind of guys? Give me 1 or 2 guys that are a little bit of wild cards that if they actually improve, it could make a huge difference to this team.
Well, I think if Nicolas Figal takes a step up, I think that helps Inter Miami, especially, you know, having some defensive solidity at the back. I think you need him to take a step up. Now, is he going to play center back? Is he going to play right back? You know, Phil Neville has said he's seen him at both positions. I actually interviewed Nicolas Figal a few weeks ago and spoke to him for a good bit. And he was very open and honest, a very insightful interview, I thought. And I wrote a story for it on SBISoccer.com if anyone's interested in reading it. And in the story, he said he had no problems admitting he was not up to par last year and that he wants to be better this year. He touched on little things that affected him or impacted him last year, which were things outside of the soccer field, things that happened in his personal life and adjusting to a new country. And he said, you know, those aren't excuses because at the end of the day, we're here to perform and, you know, that's what the fans care about. But he said that he has come into the year with a different panorama, a different view, different energy, and that he expects to be closer to his best this year. So if he's a guy that steps up, I think that definitely helps you, especially in the spine of the team. You know, you're talking about striker, the center midfield spots, and the center back spots. I think that really helps you in that regard. I mean, I listen, I don't think he's the sexiest signing, but I think Kelvin Leerdam, the right back, I think he might show some good things this year. He's a veteran. He knows the league. He's won in this league, so he scored a great goal last week in the scrimmage off a great through ball from Gonzalo Higuain. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a very good year as well.
Robbie Robinson, have you seen anything? Because there's been a lot of talk that he's played really well, and that would be one of those guys, right? That if he could really open it up for Higuain.
I mean, if he steps up and kicks it up a good notch or two, then yeah, sure. I mean, that'd be awesome for Inter Miami. You know, have another weapon. I personally, just from what I've seen, and obviously it's pretty much been just one game and a few minutes here and there throughout training sessions throughout preseason, I'm not fully convinced he's there yet to be that type of impact player, at least not on a consistent basis. Not only is he playing at left midfield, it's a new position for him, and something he admitted after the scrimmage, even though he scored, that he's still learning that spot, and he's still adjusting to what you need to do tactically there. You need to defend more. You need to drop back. You got to help your left back. You know, it's different requirements that he's used to, and that's going to take some time for him to adapt to and adjust to. And, you know, last week in the scrimmage, from what I saw, just my personal opinion, I didn't see a difference maker out there. I saw someone that scored a goal off a header, well-taken goal, but I just didn't see him from the run of play show all that much. And that's you know, it's fair because he's learning the position. He even said he's learning the position. So I think it might be a learning process for him. I think maybe he'll have some good moments, maybe not some great moments, but we'll see how he plays out. But if he steps up, if he's able to contribute some goals and assists from that spot, that helps Inter Miami tremendously.
Franco, I know you've probably done your homework around this. How many coaches have been predominantly women's coaches and then moved on to the men and either succeeded or failed or those kind of things? Because that seems to be a hang-up for a lot of people, and you would figure the game is the game. And the women they may not be able to play at the same level as a man, but still mentally it's still the same game. It's still tactically the same things. So some people hold that against Neville. How do you view that? And do you have any examples of coaches that have crossed over?
Yeah, I don't think there are too many examples of coaches that have crossed over the way Phil Neville has in terms of him coaching as a head coach in the women's game and then coming as a head coach to the men's game. There's not many examples of that. And the game is the same. The ball is round. The game is 90 minutes. There's 11 players on each team. That's all the same. But it's the managing the day-to-day. It's the dealing with different things that pop up in the locker room. Some of the things might be the same, but some of the things are not the same. And especially in a club team compared to a national team scenario, because that is a big difference. Take away the male versus female component of it. A national team, you get together once a month, it's that, and you work with them here and there. Day-to-day on a club, it's day-to-day. It's day-to-day dealing with the players and, what's going on with them, not only on the field, off the field, if they have issues going on that are affecting them, be it with their personal lives or, trying to get adjusted or situated. There's just different challenges. And, Phil Neville has experience, but, he's going to see new things this year. I'm convinced he'll see new challenges, especially in Major League Soccer. He'll see things he has not seen or dealt with before. And, how he manages that and how he works around that is going to show us, if he's up to the task or not. He already said going into this Sunday's season opener, that he already has a challenge ahead of him in terms of how he manages the minutes for the players, because they're coming into this game admittedly not at 100% fitness. So, they haven't been able to play against many opposing teams this preseason. They only had 2 games. The rest were all canceled for various reasons, some related to COVID. So players are not at 100% peak fitness like they would be coming off a normal preseason. So he already knows he's going to have to make some substitutions. He said maybe as early as halftime, some strategic substitutions. And that's what we're going to see. Does he push the right buttons? Does he make the right moves and make the correct decisions? We'll see. We're about to get into the meat and potatoes of it all. So definitely looking forward to seeing what he does in his first season in MLS.
All right. And Franco, listen, you're an excellent follow. You know the game inside and out. You know that a lot of people here are kind of finding, they're kind of learning the game and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So give us a scouting report of the Galaxy and what to expect, at least at the beginning of the year here. I know it's hard to tell what a team is going to do in a new season, but what should they prepare for tomorrow?
I think
Sunday.
You're going. Sure, they're also a bit of a mystery because they've gone over a coaching change this off season. They hired, however, a head coach that's very well known in MLS circles, and that's Greg Vanney, who coached Toronto FC for the last so many years. He helped Toronto FC win an MLS Cup back in 2017, if my memory right now is serving me correctly. They made 3 finals with him in that time frame or in the last few years. So Greg Vanney knows the league, and he knows what works and what doesn't work in general terms. So I think you'll see a Galaxy team. I don't expect them to sit back and defend and let Miami have the ball. I think they'll try to fight for the ball and try to combat possession and see who's better on the day in that regard. So I think we'll see a evenly contested, hard-fought game where both teams try to have the ball at different moments. Again, I don't see Inter Miami sitting back and trying to hit back on the counter, and I don't see LA Galaxy doing that. Not by choice. Maybe it's it happens as a byproduct of how the game unfolds. But I think you'll see an LA Galaxy team that tries to come to South Florida and win. So it should make for a heck of a game. They've got a good striker in Chicharito who is a prolific goal scorer. His level has dropped probably quite a bit since he was playing his best during his days in Europe and with the Mexico national team, but he can still make you pay. Inter Miami is well aware of that because during the open part of training on Thursday, you heard one of the assistant coaches working with the back line saying, hey, Chicharito likes to run in behind the back shoulder. You always have to be aware. So they're very aware of what he can do. But the Galaxy do have some talent, do have other talent as well. So we'll see how the game goes. I mean, I know this might sound negative, but I don't see Miami pulling out the victory on Sunday.
Well, defense and goaltending, is that one of your concerns?
I just think because of the fitness and because this is still a team that's a lot of the significant offseason signings only just recently joined the team within the past couple of weeks. So I just personally don't think that they'll get it done. I think they'll put up a good fight. I think they'll score a goal or two, but I think the fitness will catch up to them. And I think, again, experience does go a long way. And I think Greg Vanney knows.
Well, why would the Galaxy be in that much better fit?
Well, I mean, they haven't had the preseason Inter Miami's had. Inter Miami's only played 2 games. They've only played 2 games against different opponents. They had the trip in Bradenton canceled. They canceled that because of COVID in camp, and they came back to South Florida. And Phil Neville said this during his press conference yesterday. The team only just started training again in full preseason training mode with the whole team as of 7 days ago, a week ago. So, again, they're not going to be where they need to be fitness-wise. Now, hey, I could be wrong. Inter Miami with the crowd rocking behind them and the 8,000 fans that are going to be there pushing them on.
One more thing. These suckers are coming from the West Coast. They got no humidity, bro. We got the humidity here. So, and it's a 3:00 game. That second half, the Miami players actually should be used to the sweltering heat, whereas I can see the Galaxy struggling a little bit and sucking some wind because they're not used to that kind of humidity. I'm just saying, maybe that evens the playing field a little bit. Just saying.
In normal circumstances, I would agree with you. But again, because of everything that's gone on in preseason for Inter Miami, I still think overall the Galaxy have the edge. Now, obviously, I don't have the data points. I don't have the players wear those bibs underneath their jerseys and their practice jerseys, and that measures, how much energy they're expending, how much they're running, how much they have in the tank. It helps coaches and coaching staff see where players are physically. We don't have the data to that, but I would be surprised if Inter Miami's players are able to go close to 90 minutes, a lot of them, because they just can't be there physically given what's happened to them in their preseason preparations. And that's something Phil Neville touched on. So, again, I could be wrong. And for the 8,000 fans that will be in attendance and will be rocking and will be pushing the team on, some of them for the first time seeing the team up close and personal, that does have an added benefit for Inter Miami. It definitely pushes teams on and stirs people on. Teams on. That's definitely something that's helped teams win games in the past. So that's definitely a plus for Inter Miami as well. But again, just me personally, my opinion from the outside, I think it's going to be a bad start to the season, a losing start to the season, but maybe a decent performance, a hard-fought performance. Maybe we'll see a little more identity and a little more cohesiveness because last year was very disjointed by and large.
Right, I'm with you there. Follow him on Twitter at Franco Panizo, and of course catch his work there at SBI Soccer, and follow the podcast MIA Total Football, MIA Total Football on all platforms. Franco, as always, thank you for taking some time, my brother. I'll see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday, brother.
You got it. There you go. Franco Panizo, excellent work by him. Excellent coverage as always. And, of course, we'll keep you updated on everything going on with Inter Miami all year long because we are the home for Inter Miami football. Miami Dolphin fans, you can join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami at 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join me and Alex Dono and plenty of others, by the way, for this 2-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a 2-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill in Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
If you missed 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, you missed.
What?
Blatantly
So they'd be
obvious.
like Sauron.
You are not. No, you're not. You're not jumping to Hobbit. You're not jumping to Lord of the Rings.
Why?
No, because you're not. You're not jumping from Marvel to Lord of the Rings.
There aren't any Marvel movies that even touch Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm serious, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch. Yeah, you're right. Iron Man isn't better than a 19-hour-long 3-part Hobbit.
Iron Man is your favorite Marvel one?
No, I just threw it out there. There's 23 of them or 26 of them for crying out loud. Thor Ragnarok. Watch that one.
I thought they're all Thor.
Oh my God.
Ragnarok.
No, Thor Ragnarok is an actual Thor movie. It's the 3rd Thor movie. I hate you.
4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh, weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio, log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Watch Toast get frustrated with Marsh. OnsideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnsideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Watch the Oscars.
You're going to watch the Oscars?
Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back, folks. Big O with you. We take you, of course, till 3. We are headed down that home stretch, man. Freddie Coleman's going to join us in the next segment. I've never had Freddie on the show. Been a fan of his for many years, doing his thing on ESPN. So looking forward to talking all kinds of. That's the good thing also with Freddie. I can bounce around all over the place. But yeah, no, we'll definitely talk a lot. It'll be mostly football. I will be talking about maybe a little basketball that will slide in because those are the 2 hot button topics that we can go with Freddie on a national basis. And of course, it'll be with a Miami angle, as we always do things with a Miami angle, because this is the radio station that uses everything as a South Florida angle because we're your station. So it doesn't matter if you live in Singapore or if you live in Utah or if you live in Canada or if you live in England or if you live right here in South Florida. We have South Florida fans all over the world, and they're tuning in, they're watching, they're listening, they're podcasting, all of that, which we thank you all for that. But we understand you guys want a station that is dedicated to your sports. And so that way when you turn it on, you're not going to be hearing piped in some guy from New York or Chicago or California talking about the Jets or the Bengals or the Niners or the Knicks or the Nets or the Lakers. And no, you want to hear about your Heat. You want to hear about your Dolphins. You want to hear about your Marlins. You want to hear about your Panthers. You want to hear about your Canes, FIU, FAU, and of course, Inter Miami football. That's what you're going to hear here. You're going to hear all of that. That's what it's all about, man. So we appreciate it, and that's we're going to talk to Freddie, and we'll take a little bit of a local angle to that. Did you see that there's a new Indiana Jones there, Tito? Are you much of an Indiana Jones fan? Have you ever even seen?
Yes, I have.
You
But
have?
I don't know why we're doing this. Why do we keep remaking this?
It's
fine. The ones that have been made are great. We just leave it alone.
No, but this one actually is not as bad as it normally would be. Okay, and the last one was terrible. Well, would you agree? Did you see the last one?
Yeah, with the aliens, yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it was just absolutely brutal. Now the good thing is, and this reminds me a lot of like towards the end of Roger Moore's run with Bond, he looked old. He looked like he shouldn't have been doing it already. He was in the shape that you really needed to do it already at that point. And Harrison Ford has passed that point too, right? He can, do light things like he did in Star Wars, walk on the plank and then get stabbed and die. He can do stuff like that, but you don't want really him, being action Ford anymore. The good thing is, I don't know if you know this, they're actually using a female in the main role. Did you know that?
I did not.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge has landed the female lead. She is going to be the Indiana Jones. So I kind of like that they're changing it up and they're using a woman. I get it. Hollywood has no creativity, so they've got to keep bringing back the past because they can't come up with their own storylines and their own plots and their own, just original storylines. Let's put it that way. So I get that. But at least that's cool. Mads Mikkelsen, by the way, will co-star, so I would imagine he's going to play that elder statesman role to her. Is probably what it's going to be. So that'll be the next installment of it. And I actually am kind of intrigued to see how the lady actually handles all of it. It's going to be called Riders of Justice is what it's going to be called. All right. So an Indiana Jones Riders of Justice is what you can expect in the next one. So I give them credit at least for changing it up a little bit. I got no problem with that. I hate that, we have to relive all these things that they can't replace and they can't ever match more often than not. But at least here, I like that a female is. If it was another guy, it'd be kind of lame. But in this case, I can go with it. I'm good. All right, let's take a break. Freddie Coleman from ESPN. We'll talk a little NFL. We'll talk a little NBA with him next.
Every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans. Onside Radio.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Living with a condition can sometimes be a challenge. It may take years to accept a formal diagnosis, and it's not always easy to find the right treatment plan. Did you know that up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental health condition that also requires a comprehensive approach to treatment? ADHD guidelines were recently updated to reflect the need to screen for associated disorders. Be sure to talk with your child's doctor about proper screening and visit moretoadhd.com for additional information. That's moretoadhd.com. This message has been brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL Draft Party on the planet.
Enter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
On 4th and 20, Toast and Marsh give you great insight on the Miami Hurricanes. Sometimes they go a little too far.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. You do? You love him?
I love Manny.
You love him?
I love him.
Would you take him to breast if he needed, like, nourishment?
Oh, my God.
Would you? If you happened to be lactating and he needed nourishment, would you take him to breast?
If there's like a live or die situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd take
Like you guys are on a deserted island.
Like my breast.
Your breast is lactating for some bizarre reason, and he needs sustenance, and you take him to breast.
Well, I believe in helping one another.
So you would take him to breast.
I would take him to breast.
Mm-hmm. All right.
4th and 20, weekday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m. right here on OnsideRadio.com.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Miami Marlins take 3 of 4 against the Braves. They lose the last one 7-6 in an extra innings loss. Marlins get the San Francisco Giants tonight at Lone Depot Park. Daniel Castano is on the mound. Florida Panthers lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime 3-2. They'll remain in Tampa for the second game. Puck drop slated for 7 p.m. on Saturday. Miami Heat looking to get back on their winning track. They take on the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota tonight. Tip-off slated for 8 p.m. Heat going as a slight betting favorite. And Onside Radio fans, remember, Inter Miami gets their season started Sunday. They host the LA Galaxy. If you can't make it out to the stadium, you can listen to the game right here. Chris Whittingham and Thomas Rongen have the call starting at 3. Big O and Alex Dono will give you a pregame starting at 2 with the Onside Radio pregame show. With your Onside Sports Update, I'm Tito Bonacci. Coming up next, it's more of the Onside Zone with the Big O right here, OnsideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
All right, we promised you Freddie Coleman from ESPN would be kind enough to join us. You can follow him on Twitter at Coleman ESPN. And, of course, you can catch him doing his thing every night on ESPN Radio. Freddie, good afternoon, my man. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, Big O. How's everything with you down in Florida?
Oh, everything's good, baby. I mean, the way I'm feeling about my Dolphins, you know, Freddie, I'm born and raised in this town. Okay, I'm also a freak, right? Because I'm a real Floridian, like born in Belglade, Florida. Like, you know, there's not a lot of us around. So, living here for 54 years, always been a Dolphin fan from day one. That I could actually understand what football was. And, you know, the last 20 years, dude, has been so difficult for us. So I'm wondering, from an outsider's point of view, I'm looking at Chris Greer. And by the way, I wanted them to fire Tenenbaum and Gase and hire Chris Greer as the guy. Okay, that was my prediction. I wrote it for The Athletic. I said it on the radio. I said it on Sirius. I mean, all over the place. I wanted them, and they put Chris Greer in place. Since he's been there, okay, he added Reggie McKenzie and Marvin Allen, who are two ass kickers on personnel. I think he found his coach. I think he found his quarterback. I think he cleared out all the cap issues. They won 10 games in their second year. You know, compared to what I watched for 20 years to what I'm watching the last 2 years, I try to tell Dolphin fans, drop the pass, dude. They are headed in a completely different direction. And to me, the road is beautiful right now. Your thoughts?
I co-sign everything, Big O, that you just said, because when they hired Brian Flores, I said, boy, that guy has all the makings, I think, to be a really good coach in the National Football League. And to be honest with you, Big O, he's been better than I could have ever anticipated, because look at the year where they were supposed to be tanking back in 2019, and that team played hard for him each and every play, each and every snap, each and every game, and even kept the New England Patriots that year from having a first-round bye where they had to play on the road. They wound up not winning that playoff game against the Tennessee Titans. It's always good when you have everybody on the same page and everybody believes in the same mission. That's why Greer hired Brian Flores, because he knew that both of these guys had the same mindset, that how can we build a football team, not just to win in this division, but to compete in the AFC. They knew exactly what they needed or who they needed to go after, and look what they were able to do in 2 years. Now, right now, the Bills are the better team in the division, but as we've seen time and time again, Big O, anything can change once the football's placed on the ground and you get ready to play. It wouldn't surprise me, and it shouldn't surprise anybody, the Miami Dolphins wind up winning that division this year, because I firmly agree with you. They're not only on an upward path, they're on the kind of path you look back and say, that's where it all got started with this team being the championship team.
Yeah, they're parabolic right now is the way they're going. Kind of like watching my one of my digital coins, V-Chain, right now, go parabolic there if you're a crypto guy like I am, which is a beautiful thing. But, Freddie, where do you stand on the Tua thing? Because – I kind of compare it to Gesicki. I had some people get off the Gesicki bandwagon his first year, and I find it ridiculous that we do. Some people do this with NFL players. They make it sound like it's easy. Like, Freddie, you and I, the first time we had to do a radio show, it probably wasn't very pretty, dude. You know what I'm saying? Our PDs could have fired our asses right there and then, but they said, hey, you got to grow into the position. You got to give people some time. And I feel like there are too many people that are not giving Tua enough time, and they didn't take into account that most of us, if we would have had hip surgery, we'd struggle to get just to work. This guy was able to play and get crushed by Michael Brockers and still get back up again. Big difference.
One of the things, Big O, to your point, is that a lot of people, and it's so 21st century with that line of thinking that people believe that they want things done yesterday, and they don't realize when it comes to guys Tua Tagovailoa, why are you willing to give up on him? And he hasn't even had a full training camp, a preseason, and also a full regular season, and all of a sudden we're ready to give up on him. Do you really realize, to your point, what it was like before Brian Flores and Greer got there, and the kind of piece they've been able to put in place, and then drafted Tua Tagovailoa right after that? So I'd have never understood that line of thinking, and I know that everybody wants what they want when they want it. But it shouldn't take a lot to have common sense. It shouldn't take a lot for you to use your brain and say, hey, this guy's a rookie, and he barely had a full rookie season. Why are we ready to just throw him out and try to get somebody else? Because who are you going to get that's going to be better? Especially if you believe you can get that quarterback in the draft. Why are you giving up on a guy and then having two young quarterbacks on your football team? That line of thinking doesn't make any sense. I'm with you. I think having a full training camp, a full offseason, is only going to be good, not bad for Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins when it's all said and done.
I keep telling people, Freddie, and maybe you agree with me or disagree with me on this one, because I hear people, his arm's not that strong. Oh, he's not moving around the same. And I've said, well, wait a minute, the guy just had hip surgery, and all he did was rehab all year. Now he gets to play football, strengthen his core. I think people are going to freak out. And they're going to see a more athletic Tua, stronger Tua, and a stronger armed Tua also, because his core is finally going to be back to normal again. And I think a lot of people that gave up on him or second-guessed it or all of that, they're going to be amazed, because I think you will see a different athlete this year. Last year, you saw a rehab patient basically on the field playing quarterback in the NFL. This year, I think you actually get the football player that had the entire offseason throwing to his guys. Now he's going to have a better feel for his receivers. All of these things that some of us that have common sense like you and me, we take into account. But some of these crazy guys that just have given up on him, I don't think they realize the hurdles and the things that were absent of his start.
I think Tua suffers from two quarterbacks in the National Football League, one old in Tom Brady in Tampa Bay and one young in Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, because you see those two guys, you're thinking, well, they're still able to do this at Tom Brady's age. Look at how Patrick Mahomes, for my money, the biggest, baddest boy in the NFL jungle. Why can't our guy get to that level? They don't realize that there's just certain guys that are just beyond the whole pale when it comes to playing the quarterback position. We've seen that with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, like I mentioned, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And then you see a guy like Josh Allen, what he was able to do making those great strides in Buffalo. I think a lot of people look at other quarterbacks and other teams, and they'll say, why can't our quarterback do that? Well, you shouldn't worry about Tua Tagovailoa being the second Patrick Mahomes or the second Tom Brady. Make sure that he's going to be the best and first Tua Tagovailoa that's going to be best for your football team, because that's the situation that they're in right now. They drafted him because they believe that the offense and he can make that offense work, and we did see that from Tua Tagovailoa. Now, he's going to have to make some adjustments, and the coaching staff have to make some adjustments, because once they get film on you in the league, and you know this, Big O, they'll try to figure out what you can't do. But on the other side of that, you keep working on those weaknesses and develop them into strengths, then you become a quarterback that they really have a hard time trying to game plan against. But I think Tua suffers from the fact that people see Tom Brady, what he's doing, because he's going to be playing football till he's 85 years of age, throwing 30 touchdowns a year, and with Patrick Mahomes, who may not even reach the ceiling yet in Kansas City. And I think they use that comparison, and it's not fair to quarterbacks like Tua Tagovailoa, who have not had a chance to see exactly what kind of quarterback that we believe he is or is not going to be.
Yeah, and remember, old farts like me, we remember Danny coming off the bench against the Raiders, and then the rest is history. And so, there are those freaks, man. Zach Thomas takes the field as a fifth-rounder and becomes the captain right away. There are those freaks, but not everybody's like that. More often than not, it's guys that, hey, Drew Brees was terrible for 3 years. Then they draft Phillip Rivers, and the light went on, So it happens. Sometimes it takes a little while. Eric Moles wasn't much his first 2 years and then became a Pro Bowl receiver Stephen Davis didn't figure it out for several years and then became a monster Pro Bowl running back. This happens all the time in this league. Now, let's move over to this question. Now, we're assuming, or at least let me say I'm assuming, that I'm reading it the way they are, but they were at 3. They moved to 12 and back to 6. And I've been saying that at 3, it was all about Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. Did Chris Grier read it right by going back to 12 and back to 6? Did he still put himself in that position for Chase or Pitts in your eyes? Because I feel that they're going to end up with one of those two, and they're going to be happy as hell no matter who it is. I think they want Pitts first, but worst case scenario, it's a pretty worst case scenario, you end up with Chase overall. Yeah. Are you reading it the same way?
I read it exactly the same way when I saw him make those couple of trades, and I said to myself, he wants to make sure that he has another target for his quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa. And let's say even if Pitts or Chase, they're not there, Devontae Smith is still going to be there from Alabama. So it's going to be an embarrassment of riches where the kind of target that you need for your quarterback, you're going to be able to help out your quarterback, giving him that receiver that is going to tilt the field against the defense. And Chase, I think, he has such great ability. He's a big man that can make plays down the field. And we know what Kyle Pitts can do. And if I had to make the pick, I would take Kyle Pitts, because tight ends like him do not grow on trees. No. And when they're there for the taking, you can't just pass them by. And I know Chase is going to be a terrific wide receiver in the National Football League, but anytime you get a chance to get a potential George Kittle, a potential Rob Gronkowski, a potential Travis Kelce, you don't pass on that guy. And Pitts has shown that he has all the makings of being that guy that can catch 80 to 90 passes per year. Then you got to worry about him. Then you get one-on-one coverage on the outside. You don't worry about him blocking. He'll learn that just to get in the way of somebody so the running back can read it. But if he's on the board, and I firmly believe, I'm with you, Big O, that he's going to be on the board, that should be the pick. I love Chase. I think he's terrific. But a tight end like Kyle Pitts, those guys do not come around, and when they do, you cannot pass them up.
Can you imagine the free safety that has to face Kyle Pitts and Gesicki working the middle of the field, Will Fuller on the outside, and he's like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing here? Who am I going to go after? Who am I? Because whoever you go to, Miami has, see, the one thing, if you've seen on film, if you watch Kurt Warner's piece, that 3-part piece on Tua, it shows you that his pinpoint accuracy and vision and all those things. A kid like Tua, having Devontae Parker on one side, Will Fuller on the other, and then Gesicki and Pitts working the middle of the field, that you're going to create so many mismatches that it should be a lot easier for the quarterback to decipher things that much faster. And because those two guys in the middle, as you know, Freddie, it's a much higher percentage pass to the tight ends than when you go to the wide receivers.
And you can threaten at 3 levels, because if you're the free safety, you got to worry about making sure somebody doesn't get behind you. But then you got to worry about somebody in front. And then let's say you get it to Kyle Pitts or Gesicki in an underneath route, and they have that space to create to get a block downfield, and all of a sudden a 5-yard pass turn into a chunk play about 25 to 30 yards. So that's the one thing you can do with him, where you can do those combination routes where you got to decide which one you're going to cover, or you do those 3-level routes where you got to decide, okay, I got to worry about deep third, but I got to worry about underneath because I give him too much room. They complete that pass. He's on the run. I can't get there to make a play. And then the next thing you know, he's behind you getting into the end zone. There's so many different options that when you have gifted receivers and a quarterback that can get the ball to them on time, they can do so many different things where defense don't know exactly what they're going to do. And they got to try to minimize your big playability, because that's the one thing that Kyle Pitts can bring to the table is that big playability. He can just completely get downfield, get down the seam, and make that big play for your quarterback. So that's an avenue that a lot of defenses will have to deal with, because you can't afford to have those chunk plays happening against your team time and time again.
I'm with you. Freddie, we are in the lying season. We are in the BS season, and I've been at this for 31 years. I've been going to the Senior Bowl and the Combine, the East-West, for the last 20 years. So I've gotten to know a lot of NFL people, and you always got to know that there's always an agenda in there. How bothersome has the agenda with what's it called now? I'm with Justin Fields. How bothersome has that been? Because it's so obvious he's a character kid. It's so obvious that he's got work ethic. It's so obvious that he's tough as nails, because when you take a kidney shot like that, you're normally supposed to end up in the hospital, not throw touchdowns. And yet this guy has shown us every level of what you want out of your quarterback. Plus, come on, dude, you and I follow football. He fits so perfectly what Kyle Shanahan does that it makes all the sense in the world. Why all this other crap? Why all the smoke screens? And why are people falling for the lies?
Big O, that's a great question, because I've been trying to figure that out myself, because Mac Jones has had 2 DUIs. Nobody has even made a mention about that with the Alabama quarterback. But yet they're talking about that Justin Fields has work ethic and character issues, when I've never even heard of that when he was at Georgia and then before that. I've been trying to figure that. I've also been a big believer that somebody will throw stuff out there hoping that Justin Fields will fall to them. And Big O, you know this. You made the great point that it's lying season. It would not surprise me with that kind of diabolical malfeasance somebody putting out there, hoping that Justin Fields is going to fall to them. And I'm thinking that if you have to do that because you don't believe that you can have the ability to trade into a spot to get a Justin Fields, that says a lot about your organization, because great organizations don't need to do that. They believe that whoever they are going to draft is going to be perfect for their football team, no matter what position that is. If you have to engage in that kind of behavior, hoping that Justin Fields will fall to you, I wouldn't want Justin Fields playing for that kind of organization. I wouldn't want Justin Fields playing for that kind of coach or general manager. So I've been trying to wrap my head around that for the longest time. I'm thinking now, all of a sudden, this kid who has never, ever had an issue with anybody you talk to about him said this is one of the classiest people that you ever want to meet. Then all of a sudden we start hearing these whispers and these rumors. And I'm thinking, why are you putting that out there? And I go back to Mac Jones. That's not trying to slight Mac Jones here, but he's had 2 DUIs, and nobody's even talked about that. If you're going to say that someone has a character issue, it should be more Mac Jones than Justin Fields from that standpoint. Now, usually things work out, because I think Justin Fields, wherever he goes, he's going to be a terrific quarterback, whether he goes 3 to San Francisco, or maybe he falls to the Carolina Panthers, or maybe somebody trades into that spot, the Atlanta Falcons, and take him at number 4. But the fact that all this is out there is only going to be fuel to his fire. He's going to make a lot of people look very, very stupid for putting that out there before he got drafted in the first round this year.
And one more thing before I let you go. The baseball stuff was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, because you and I are old school. We grew up playing all sports throughout all the years, throughout the entire year. And anybody knows that when you learn how to throw a softball and a baseball and a frisbee, and you can throw a javelin if you want, or you can throw a football or whatever it is, the more things you throw, the more skilled you become with your accuracy. Actually. So, whether it's Dan Marino or John Elway or Russell Wilson or Kyler Murray, baseball's always been a part of quarterbacks forever. Yeah. And coaches want those kind of back old school. I know new school now is you only play football, you only play soccer, you only play baseball, you only play one sport. But we grew up in a different era where your coaches admired you if you had all kinds of skills. And accuracy is taught in many different ways. Hand-eye. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard when they threw that out for Fields.
Here's something else to that, because when I heard about that, Big O, it reminded me when Phillip Rivers was coming out of college for North Carolina State. And people talked about his funky throwing motion. And Bobby Beathard, the San Diego Chargers GM at the time, was talking to Bill Parcells about, I don't know about his motion, I don't know about this. And Bill Parcells said, does the ball get there on time? He goes, yes. He goes, does he have a high completion percentage? He goes, absolutely. He goes, what about his accuracy? He goes, it's been terrific. He goes, then leave him the bleep alone from that standpoint. If a guy gets the ball on time and he makes those kind of throws, you don't mess with somebody that has found a comfort level. Now, if it's something that could affect in terms of its arm strength, then you think about tweaking things. But the ball's getting there with accuracy, with touch, also with a great amount of zip on it. I don't care if he threw the ball between his legs. Let him do that from that standpoint. And Patrick Mahomes, a baseball player coming up, because his dad played in Major League Baseball.
Right.
I didn't hear anything about this when he was coming out of college going into Kansas City Chiefs. So, like I said, it goes back to what you said, that lying season. People putting out enough stuff out there, hoping that Justin Fields will fall to them. As far as I'm concerned, that's not the way I would want to do business, but it is the NFL. You do what you can to make the player that you want, no matter how you have to go about doing that.
Hey, it was ugly for Bernie Kosar, and it worked. It was really ugly for Larry Bird, and it worked.
Yep.
Okay? So doesn't matter how it happens, man. Follow him on Twitter at Coleman ESPN and catch him every night there on ESPN, Freddie Coleman. Freddie, thank you for taking some time, man. Really appreciate it. Look forward to doing it again.
My pleasure, Big O, my brother. Anytime, man. Can't wait to do it again sooner than soon. And you take care and continue to be safe.
You got it, baby. You be good. Be safe. There you go. Freddie Coleman. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Alex Donald will join us in the crossover next.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
If you missed one-on-one on Sunday, you missed this.
The character over talent kind of perspective. Sometimes, you kind of do have to deal with not necessarily a headache of a player, but you do have to deal with a certain type of player to get a certain type of production,
A player who needs to be managed.
Mm-hmm.
It's much like that child you were, and I was that kid in elementary school where, I did my work, but after I did my work, I caused trouble. I was a little bit of a challenge to teach, and some teachers didn't want me in their class. That doesn't mean that I wasn't talented. That doesn't mean that I wasn't smart. That doesn't mean that I wasn't going to be somebody. That doesn't mean that I wasn't going to be a heavy contributor to the school or, whatever it was. But, hey, I just needed a little bit more coaching than some of the other people did.
One-on-one, every Sunday morning from 9 to 11, only at OnsideRadio.com.
Can I get a captain?
Captain and what?
Captain and Ginger.
I can't hear you.
Captain and Ginger. He was a captain and Ginger. Captain and Ginger. He was a captain and Ginger.
Captain Morgan, official partner of Major League Soccer.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
At Baptist Health, we're ready.
To serve. To treat.
To safely proceed with your procedure.
We're ready for ER visits and office visits.
With skilled surgeons.
Advanced medicine.
And multidisciplinary teams.
We're ready for new arrivals.
And new recoveries.
We are ready.
We're ready to diagnose, treat, and manage
anything that comes our way
with exceptional care and comfort.
With the same preparedness and compassion you've come to expect from Baptist Health.
And we are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready
to care for you.
You're listening to OnsideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, welcome back. We thank Freddie Coleman. He was excellent as always. And Franco Panizo, of course, from Miami Total Football and SBI Soccer. And Greg Sylvander from 5 on the Floor. 3 excellent guests today. Great job by Tito. He finally did something this week, so I got to give him a lot of credit there. Nice job by you, Tito, man. I got to say, you came through strong today. Not as strong as V-Chain there,
oh, yeah.
Dono.
V-Chain, altcoin season. Although today my back is hurting a little bit. I had to pull out that knife that Dwayne Wade put into my back earlier today. You heard about that?
Yes.
Utah Jazz. I mean, come on.
Yeah, listen, I know you have your theory. I don't want to jump on your theory. You're going to give it out. My theory is Wade knows that if he bought into the Heat, he was just going to be a silent partner. He wasn't going to make any decisions on players. They weren't going to ask him about trades. So I think he wants to have some kind of input in what the team does. And so I think that's why he chose this avenue with Utah. And it's also a nice close flight to Hollywood,
which
that could
also
helps out with the wife, too.
That's true.
So that also might be there. So he might be moving more over to the West Coast a little bit more, a home in Utah, a home in Los Angeles, kind of going back and forth. But I think it's because he will actually have some kind of responsibilities there, whereas here he would have no responsibilities. And I think that's what it is. And if Mickey's a little butthurt, I understand, but I gotta go with that. I gotta believe that, dude, because he's his own man.
I know, but I stand with Mickey. We have a lot coming up today, by the way. In the 5 o'clock hour, I'm gonna have on Grant Wall I'm gonna get his take on the Champions League semifinal, but most importantly of all, his thinking and preview on Inter Miami as we start our season on Sunday. So that's gonna be really good. In the 4 o'clock hour, we'll have our weekly chat with Omar Kelly. We'll talk some Dolphins, some NFL, and we always end up talking about life, Omar and I. And in the 3 p.m. hour, we're going to get our bets for the weekend from Lee Sterling, who's just been on heater after heater lately. So we're going to make some money this weekend, man.
I love it. All right, good stuff. Tito, excellent work by you. Stay tuned. Alex Dotto is going to take over and dominate like he does from 3 to 6. And, of course, we love you for keeping it locked here on OnsideRadio.com. Go Inter Miami.
No. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You're listening to the home of Inter Miami CF.
His strike is a decent one. It's fired into the top right corner. Gonzalo Higuain opens his account for Inter Miami.
OnsideRadio.com, where the passion for La Rosa Negra runs deep.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last, To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up,